origin, or Asians who worked in Kenya who had residency, and white people. Before independence, the most prominent Africans lived in Ofafa, Jericho, of Jerusalem, and so forth. That's where they lived. That Nairobi River was a great demarcation. Karioko onwards. The others, Indians lived around Ngara, Pangani, and so forth. Just as you cross the river. Then when you came beyond that, now is when...
I thought they were in Parklands.
I said, Pangani. I'm starting with the near Nairobi River.
Okay.
Ngara, Ninio.
Westy,
No, not Westlands.
But wako wengi huko squeezy.
No, I'm talking about independence, Chief.
Okay, you're going back to that time, sawa.
Yes, it's what I'm referring to understand what the changes came about. I am saying then Africans started moving into these neighborhoods. Yes.
Okay.
At independence, you hardly saw it. But also remember, many of the housings in some of these big estates were government. These were government buildings. They're not commercial. And many of them, you'd find that they housed civil servants, people who worked in government. Senior civil servants, for instance, lived in certain places. Kileleshwa was a civil servants area. Civil servants. If you worked and you're senior enough, you lived in Kileleshwa.
Yani watu wa kiserikali.
If you're PS minister, Upper Hill.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And so forth. Then there was Kenya Railways. Railways had quarters in Ngara. Railway had quarters in Parklands. Okay? And so forth and so forth. I'm simply saying that the demarcation, and remember, there were very many Asians who lived in Kenya and were residents, and Kenyans of Asian origin who also worked for the railways. Okay. So you found them in areas like Parklands. Parklands was those many houses you see next to Parklands, sports club and so forth. Those were railway quarters.
But I like the fact that nowadays Kenya has now become, we are all over. You can find whichever race, even in places like Eldoret. I worked in Kisumu for a year between 2013 and 2014, and where I lived, initoka ni Kilimani ama ni Milimani? Kilimani, I think it.
Ni Milimani.
Milimani, Literally, I shared a fence with this Indian community. I think I was the minority in that community, and they are great folks. We would share the same butcheries, would share the same clubs, would share more or less the same facilities and infrastructure. And then of course now coming back, if you go to places like Eldoret, wako huko, where I currently live, wako huko pia. Actually sometimes unaenda kununua kitungu, then you just hear any pesa ngapi, and then you look at it, hello, hi, and I'm liking where we are right now.
These are now what we see manifest.
Yes,
is the aftermath of our independence and how our independence has come of age. Yes,
good stuff. All right, happy Jamhuri. We shall definitely continue with this conversation, hopefully even with our guests, just to get to understand what their perspective of today is all about. Right now though, tupatie methali City.
Well, this is our final proverb.
Yes.
From the Republic of Senegal. Okay.
Ule Dakar. Yes.
Lies that build are better than trust that destroys.
Lies that build are better than... no, wait. You said lies that build are better than what?
Trust that destroys.
What a methali, man. What a proverb.
Yes. I chose it specifically for today.
So it is better to have a lie that will...
Mtu anaweza kukumotisha na uongo ama zibana. You have done well. Uongo. Trust, on the other hand, when it is bestowed and then it is betrayed.
Yes. Okay. I don't think I would ever interpret it that way. I don't, especially the moment you said it, I was like, perhaps a lot of women would disagree with you. I know of women who would rather, you be honest regardless.
There are some
hata kama ni kumotivate na ukweli.
Believe me, that is the theory. Most people would rather you didn't tell them the truth that will upset them. Yes. The truth needs to be said, but circumspection is necessary.
Yes.
It's important for someone to have the sagacious ability to be able to say it in a way that doesn't necessarily compromise on the content, but also doesn't cause too much upset.
Yeah.
Some, unfortunately, will cause upset. Doesn't matter what you do. Especially if it is something that someone is not quite willing to accept or understand or to receive at that moment in time.
Yeah.
So one has to be wise in some of these things.
You've got to be wise.
Got to be wise, man.
Lovely. All right, let's get on to radiogeneration.co.ke. That's where you'll get all the top stories, beginning with this one. Parallel statements stir unease in opposition ahead of Jamhuri Day. Sasa. This is the story by Tanya Wanjiku. Let's see what Miss Wanjiku is telling us. Questions are emerging with the united opposition after two separate State of the Nation statements were released on Thursday, fueling concern over unity in the camp on the eve of the 62nd Jamhuri Day celebrations. While leaders at a Nairobi briefing sought to show a united front, the absence of several key principles and the latter release of a second statement signaled growing unease in the movement. During the briefing, leaders criticized President William Ruto's administration for what they described as a quiet sale of public assets without involving citizens, warning that such actions were disrespectful to the country's long-fought sovereignty. They accused the government of pushing deals that undermine public interest as Kenya marks 62 years as a republic. Those present said the team remained strongly united, even though some top figures were notably missing. PLP leader Martha Karua, Jubilee Deputy Party Leader Dr. Fred Matiang'i, and the group's spokesperson Mukisa Kitui did not attend the Nairobi event. DAP Kenya leader Eugene Wamalwa, who delivered the coalition's statement, dismissed speculation that the outfit was breaking apart. This is what they're saying. You remember when we started here on the 27th of January? Gachagua and Kalonzo were. Matiang'i was not there, but he sent Senator Onyonka. Today, he sent Senator Oroba here. Treat those as rumors. We are united and set on the goal, he said. However, only hours after the briefing, another group of opposition leaders who skipped the Chui House event issued their own communique from a different venue. The two statements carried nearly similar messages, but the lack of coordination has raised questions on whether the center of the opposition remains intact. Hey. Okay. Sitimuga. These folks, I think, with every given opportunity, they are just wanajiharibia, in my opinion. Akiangai.
Yeah, it would appear that way. But I am not going to cast aspersions on what I see for one simple reason. I have always referred to that group as that group that calls itself the United Opposition.
Yes.
And we've met some of the luminaries in that group. I am going to take the positive view that they have a plan.
Okay.
And what you're seeing as division may be the manifestation of that particular plan.
So
I don't know the thinking.
So this is the plan is confuse them, then gather them.
I am not interpreting it. I am just broadly saying that this may be the plan. I do not know the thinking. I don't. What I see, because I don't fully fathom it, I am going to assume that it is a plan.
I like your optimism. I actually do like your optimism, Muga. Yeah. But this one.
You see, the thing is, I cannot assume that group of individuals who are, many of whom are very seasoned politicians, don't understand the dynamics of what you call optics. They do.
Okay, the reason I'm saying this is because whatever plan they have, it cost them the by-elections. Perhaps again, that's a plan. The fact to lose the by-elections perhaps was a plan. You never know. Again, mimi si mwanasiasa, kwa hivyo siwezi sema ati mimi ni expert wa haya mambo. But yes, it actually cost them the by-election. And then now, I would have thought they learned from that situation. A lot is at stake here. Actually, there's only one thing at stake here, and the thing is Kenya. Kenya is at stake. And if they hope that one day they will lead this country to the prosperity they think that they want to take us to, they cannot allow such small things and small blunders, because it is these small things that pile up. It might look like just one incident, one event, one occurrence, but at the end of the day, mathematically speaking, it will add up to something. It's like every time unakosea mpenzi wako, over time atakuja kurealize, by the way, do you know what, CT is actually toxic. Yeah, and that's how over time they will realize this is not working, and they will leave. They didn't realize with one moment. It wasn't a light bulb moment, but it was a series of events. And for me, this is what the united opposition is doing, and it is leading up to that single event known as the general election of 2027. And perhaps if they do not play their cards right, they're going to lose that one as well.
As I said, in my mind, it's early days yet. So whatever they're doing, I'll let them do a little bit more, so that I can see a pattern. When I see a pattern, then I'll be able to analyze and say, this is what I'm seeing. But so far, I'm going to assume that is a strategy, whatever that strategy is, and whatever it means.
All right. Judiciary announces appointment of 100 new resident magistrates. Bradley Bosire has delivered this one. The Judicial Service Commission has appointed 100 new resident magistrates in a move aimed at expanding judicial capacity and improving access to justice across the country. The appointments announced on Thursday mark a significant boost to Kenya's magistracy, which now stands at 660 officers serving in 143 courts nationwide. According to the Commission, the recruitment is intended to strengthen the administration of justice by reducing case backlogs, improving service delivery, and enhancing the judiciary's reach in undeserved regions. I have a cousin who's a
undeserved.
Yes, they've said
or underserved.
Underserved. You're right, underserved.
Yes.
So the sentence is, according to the Commission, the recruitment is intended to strengthen the administration of justice by reducing case backlogs, improving service delivery, and enhancing the judiciary's reach in underserved regions. So I had a conversation with a cousin of mine who's a lawyer, and I was asking her, by the way, just make me understand, why would I file a case in court and then it takes 2, 3, 5, sometimes even 10 years just to have some light at the end of the tunnel? And she told me, by the way, they don't have enough judges and magistrates in the judiciary. And then of course kuna kesi nyingi sana zimekuwa zikiendelea for years and years. Sometimes lawyers even die before a case is concluded. Then now a new lawyer has to take over and then has to just understand this case from the beginning, and it takes time. Sometimes lawyers are fired in the middle because the client realizes it is not representing me well, so another one is hired, and then now the case has got to start. So it takes time. And then of course we have judges who also die in the middle of the cases. Others have to be, so they have to be replaced. Then there's a situation whereby some witnesses disappear, and so she told me the backlog is crazy. I asked her, how many cases do judges perhaps handle in a day? She told me that sometimes a judge can handle up to 25 cases in a single day.
That's too many cases.
Nikamuliza, how will a magistrate stroke a judge remember even, like, utasikiza hizi kesi zote? Akanambia, then there's the whole issue of you have to write a judgment.
Yes.
So long story short, lots and lots of cases in the courts. You're lucky if yours takes a very short time. And I appreciate the fact that now we have added how many more? 100 new resident magistrates. I hope that helps the backlog. I mean, judges also take leave. They also have sick leaves. Sometimes we forget that these people are human beings. You just think the judge just sits in court waiting for your case. Umse pia kona familia, maternity leaves.
These people, if there are people who take work home, it is the judges. The normal working hours will not suffice. You will take work home.
Yeah. I wonder what it would take to just appoint like another 1,000 magistrates or plus judges or whatever. The same way we are looking to have 76,000 teachers and I don't know how many more doctors deployed. We are short on oncologists. We do not have enough cardiologists and orthopedic surgeons and kwanza neurosurgeons aren't you even they even lesser and lesser than the oncologists and so on and so forth. So when I look at the judiciary, I'm just asking myself, what would it take to just have like another, we throw in 1,000 judges into this?
No, that's not how you'd solve the problem. The current Chief Justice actually has had a plan, and she has at the very center of her plan has been understanding how it is that people can actually access justice through alternate justice systems.
Exactly.
That's why mediators, arbitrators have come into being. That's why you have small claim courts. They've been divided, so that when you have a case that...
But small claims started with the CJ Maraga.
Let me start again. She has had a plan to actually ensure that people have easier access to justice. Okay. I'm giving an example, and I've mentioned arbitrators and court
mediators,
and many of them are court
assigned.
Yes, exactly. Now, when you talk about small courts that deal with small settlements, whether you are dealing with people who are trained to be paralegals, the entire justice system has come up with innovative ways of ensuring that these things are done. Court cases can now be heard online. In fact, the entire system, you could argue, is now online. So the journey and the laborious nature of you having to take pieces of paper to court, you can actually file a case online. You can be heard. I know because I have attended a court session online, so I know how it works. I'm simply saying that the process of ensuring that there is no deluge of people physically going to court or bring up cases, the attempt to try and ensure that because justice they're seeking is actually available, it's an attempt, it's something that is this particular Chief Justice has done a lot for. That's really my point. Yes, it's not that she's done the most. When you look at Mutunga is the one who actually opened up this space completely, and he was fortunate in that the Kibaki government gave him the funding to do so. Once the Kibaki government left, the Uhuru government reduced that budget significantly, and the Uhuru government demonstrated clearly they didn't hold court rulings and in very, very high regard. So it follows that if that particular system did not give the justice system the funding it needed, it follows. If you do not hold what they do, and what they do is issue judgments in high regard, why would you give them more money to do what with? All I'm trying to say is the thing you say will not happen for the simple reason that the funding that is needed for it, I do not see.
This to hire what I
do not see it coming forth.
The 1,000 judges.
I do not see it. I do not.
The money isn't enough, or what?
No.
We are losing 3B a day.
Money can always be found. All I'm saying, it can. Let me
just confirm how much judges earn. I don't know how much they earn, but I'm sure it's a good amount of money.
The issue isn't what they earn. No, but you can do the maths. The issue is ensuring that anyone who seeks justice in this country can access it. Yes.
Because I'm looking at a situation whereby, for example, and it's a good thing you've brought up the whole issue of small claims courts. Nowadays, if you go to the court, hata kama mtu akona shilingi 5 yako, that case really goes fast.
There is a mandate. It can't go beyond, I think it's 60 days.
Yes.
It can't.
Ikipita hapo kuna shida.
It can't. It's that simple. So
for judgment to be pronounced, right?
Yes.
So anyway, judges, high court judges earn between 750,000 to about 1 million, Bob, and then Court of Appeal judges earn at around 1.8 million. Of course, the Chief Justice and the Deputy earn 1.3 M. Now, according to these are of course amounts that have been put there by the SRC. But now the other judges and magistrates hapo ndio sijui wana aningi pesa ngapi. But I am sure we can afford these people. Maybe not 1,000, but we can afford a significantly higher amounts of judges to sit in these particular courts and help expedite the process of just clearing the backlog. I know I have cousins. I have three. 4 So 3 of my lawyer cousins are actually unemployed because makazi hazitoshi. But I'm assuming if we actually open up these spaces, have especially the senior ones join the ranks of join the bench, then perhaps number one, it can open spaces for even the younger ones who are currently graduating from the Kenya School of Law to join, to actually now get space to practice. But most importantly, for the judges, I think if we just add a couple of more, maybe a couple of hundred more, maybe 500, if not 1,000, then it can really help a good lot. Let's check out what's happening on the traffic as far as Nairobi and perhaps Mombasa is concerned.
Traffic.
I'm looking at the map of Nairobi. Today is Jamhuri Day. Why am I seeing traffic on the road? Ama watu wameamua hawataki kujipatia holiday. Watu wanaenda kazini by fire by force. But anyway, again, these are the junctions and the roundabouts along Ngong Road, all the way stretching from Lenana High School, all the
Lenana School, yes,
all the way to the CBD. Speaking of the CBD, let me see. Usual traffic at Landis Road. Nika watu CBD ni kama waliamua wataenda nyumbani. All right, State House Road looking good. Processional Way, no problems. Ngara pia inakaa sawa sawa. Muranga Road hamna shida yoyote. Juja Road looking good. And then this is Mohammed Yusuf Haj Avenue. Where is this? Hii kuku Isili. Yes, huko kunakaa ni kama kuko sawa pia. General wa Ruingi Road haina problems zozote leading into Isili. Kamukunji Road looking good. Sakwero Road iko sawa. Jogoo Road also at this particular hour inakaa iko fiti kabisa. Manyanja Road, no complaints apart from, of course, that particular situation as you're approaching Outer Ring Road, that bypass, underpass situation, a little bit of traffic there, but it's normal. That one opens up immediately when you join the main highway. So that's about what? About 30 seconds or so delay. Beyond that, nothing to complain about. I see the CBD is looking good. Again, Parklands area also looking good at this particular hour. Tukiangalia sehemu za huko James Gishuru pia mnakaa mna shida yote. Junction Mall huko hakuna shida yote. Moving out and moving into Mombasa, let's see if anything is happening there, any drama, any events. All right, so pale ferry, as you're approaching the lighthouse, Mama Ngina waterfront pale, a little bit of traffic, but of course that's because of the vehicles that are waiting to join the ferry. Mwembe tayari kule naona ni kama kuna shida ama ni trafiki pale Biashara Street around Amid Coaches. This is Faza Road looking good. Kisauni Road haina shida yoyote. Abdel Nasser Road pia haina shida yoyote. No, wait. Actually kuna shida hapo Abdel Nasser Road. But beyond that, iko sawa sawa. Do you see anything on the roads you think I should know about? Well, you know where to find me. I'll let a brother.
Traffic on Radio Generation.
Front page of the Standard. Exit A's, enter EE's. The first time I saw this headline, I was almost shocked. I thought maybe we do not have A's, but we have more E's than any other grade. All right, so redefining success is what they're calling it. In a country where an A has long stood for excellence and an E for failure, the release of the first Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment results has appended that cultural script. Under the new competency-based education grading system, E now represents the highest level of achievement, signaling learners who exceed expectations, while A exits the stage entirely. It marks a profound shift in how academic excellence is defined. You can imagine your parent was used to seeing A's, and then now analetoa E's, anashanga E ni nini? Anashanga yani, this is how nilipeleka shule kusomesha ngombe. Only for them to understand that it actually means exceeding expectations, yeah? All right, so a couple of beautiful faces on this particular standard. Let's see who these are. Liza Nyaguthi Njuguna, anasomea shule inaitwa DePaul Austin in Kiambu. She had English exceeding expectation 1, Kiswahili EE1 as well, Mathematics EE1, Integrated Science, Agriculture, Social Studies, CRE, Creative Arts and Sports, Pre-Technical Studies, all of them exceeding expectation 1.
What exactly... Why did we change from the A, B, C, D, E to this?
Again, This one we will need to sit with someone who understands CBE and CBC.
Because if you ask me, it's doing exactly what A, B, C, D, E did.
And here we are grading these folks, right?
Well, we are grading them.
Timothy Maxwell, Moi Kabarak Nakuru, pia yeye alipata E1 in the following subjects: English, Kiswahili, Mathematics, Integrated Science, Agriculture, Social Sciences, basically all of them. There's this pre-technical studies. I wonder what this is. Miriam Mora Mosoti pia alisomea Emmanuel Academy Muranga, pia yeye alipata EE1 kwa zote. Effie Rodil Acheng, Hekima School in Kisumu City, also EE1 in the first, how many subjects are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subjects, and then EE2 in Creative Arts and Sports and Pre-Technical Studies. So there's EE1, then there's EE2.
We are grading. That's really my point.
Yeah. Then we also have Esther Mumbua, St. Philip Neri in Machakos. Congratulations. Nicole Jebet Yegon, Moi Kabarak in Nakuru. Congrats. Wesley Mwangi Mutahi, Emmanuel Academy in Muranga. And then we have Joy Mwendendunda, Jabali Christian Schools in Nairobi. All of these folks just scored straight E's, if I may call them.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with grading.
Yes.
Even if it is A or B or C or E1, E2, E3, it doesn't. Why am I saying this?
Yes.
The grading system is just so that you understand performance.
Right.
It is not to categorize people into derogatory terms where some people are considered to be super bright, others are considered to be daft.
Yeah.
That's not the point. No. A grading system does just that.
Yeah.
It tells you how you have performed.
Right.
The interpretation is where now we have a problem, because we have determined to categorize people based on these performances in the most retrogressive way possible, in the most demeaning way possible.
Yeah.
This is not the purpose. Any grading system, even that A, B, C, D, E system, that's not what it was. What I find unpleasant and unfortunate,
right,
is when every government that comes in seeks to tinker with the education system in a bid to show that they're doing something new and something better. Because for you to change a system so that it benefits people, beyond just starting it and then pushing along with it, this particular government, when they were campaigning, had seen the need to not tinker, but to reshape this particular system so that it is more workable. We've got the first lot of students who've gone through that first Rubicon and are moving on to the next. But my friend, this system is far from being seamless. It is an issue because when it isn't working well, the people who are supposed to benefit from it don't benefit. In fact, they are at a disadvantage as a result of the learning process. If teachers are not trained adequately in terms of numbers and in terms of the knowledge acquisition, again, we have a problem. Yes. And this is what has characterized this particular education system, which on paper and in theory is a good system, but so was the 844. Very many of the things that are being introduced now were actually removed from the 844 system, but they were there. So as we move forward, I am not enamored one way or the other with the idea of this grading system. No. Grade as you see fit, so long as it is accompanied by an understanding that your performance is what is being graded, not you. It is you who brings the performance, but you're being told this doesn't meet the standard that we will require, which is this. So now what is cut out for you is what you now need to do to get what would get you to the next level of learning. Yes.
Yeah. Looking at the Nairobian, this is a... do I call it gossip paper? Anyway, the Nairobian front page says, Betty Bayo bombshell, secret records and family war. So a tragedy has spiraled into a bit of fight, with gospel singer's mother challenging the official narrative and calling for justice, as claims of secrecy, violence, financial strain and a rushed burial now drive demand for answers into her death. This story is on page 4 and 5. Meru's mighty polygamists, that's what they're calling them. The men with 32 wives, 11 wives, 32. Hey, Omeru, kwani plan ni ngani hapa? That the two wives, unajua hata mmoja anakuanga stress it sijui kama unaelewa. Sasa kama mmoja peke yake ni stress, huyu ameamua kujipatia an extra 31. Iko mwingine hapa anajaribu kidogo, amekunja na 11. So, ni watu wa Meru. We shall talk about this perhaps at a different time, but it's on page 7 of the Nairobi, ukitaka angalia hapo ndani. On page 8, man admits stripping former lover naked after she left him. This is a story going on in the courts. Yeah, we're just talking about the how many days? 16 days, of activism against GBV. I hope this man learns a lesson or two. And then 1,011 lives lost. New report exposes Kenya's killing zones. This story is on page 6. Rape, threats and HIV. Dark reality facing sex trade. A story on page 22. Death traps. How thugs are turning Airbnbs into murder theaters. This is on page 14. And then lastly on page 37, Ingwe have the bragging rights as Gore Rip Big. Check that out on the Nairobian. Back page, of course, we have lots of sports news. Who are favorites to win the 2026 World Cup? That's the question they're asking there. You can check out all the groups from Group A, B, C, all the way till Group L. And then, of course, we have a lot of UEFA playoffs as far as that is concerned. Yeah, you can check out the Nairobian for much more. Over to you, CT.
Let me start with the Daily Nation. Daily Nation has a picture of the students who have done well. Remember, the complaints against this system that we have changed, the 844 system, was how people celebrated as having passed.
Yeah.
But we have the same thing in the papers today. All we've done is change the manner of grading. But we have graded. And there are those who've done extremely well. We're calling it exceptionally well. There are those who haven't done well.
Below expectations.
It is the nature of anything that is supposed to test your ability to do something. Not everybody will manage it the same. We never do. Simply because we have a diversity of abilities. Okay? By the same token, there will be things that I can do very well in, and the others I can't, and vice versa to you. I'm simply saying that the lie that the grading was something that perhaps diminished the understanding or the capacity or presented in a derogatory manner the abilities of others, it's a false narrative. All it did was point to the performer. It is the interpretation that people chose that brought about this problem.
Yeah.
We're going to be, this school produces A's. Okay, why? Because when you get an A, you do A, B, C, D. Right. When you get the grading system that we have now, does it not place you in a position that it wouldn't have if you didn't have the grade? Whether you are going to do the sciences, whether you're going to do the arts, whether you are going to... Same. You've tinkered a little bit with it, but it's the same. Right. I will not dwell on that subject beyond what I have, except mention what's in the headline. It's a dawn of a new era as KJSEA results released. Creative arts tops as subject results improve nationally. We've always had issues of the distinctive subjects and how well people have done in them. More than half qualify for STEM.
Okay, that's a good thing, right?
Female learners outshine boys in junior school tests.
Oh yeah, I remember the CS talking about that.
Yes. Senior school fees won't be increased, says Ogamba. Concerns in senior school transition. Education Ministry officials say schools have the capacity to accommodate all those who set for KJSEA.
KJSEA.
We will see, won't we?
Yes.
Kenya fully rolls out CBE with pathways. Okay? That is 6 pages just focusing on the exam. Then there's Happy Jamhuri Day, a whole page, okay, commemorating that. Then we turn to the next page on page 8 and page 9. These are pictures of students who have done well, and they even points that accompany how well they have done. What have we changed?
Nothing. Just the name of the grade.
Yes. 71 points, you've done very well. 70 points, you've done well, but you're not 71, are you? If you get 67 points, you've done very well, but you're not 70 points. really must stop some of these lies. A grading system is necessary in education system. They are necessary. What we have here is necessary. It is not better.
Even in the university, you will be graded.
You have to be graded.
Yeah.
Performance has to be understood. The grading system helps you understand not just how well you've done, but what else you need to improve on. Narrative here. Not how badly you have done. No, that's not that narrative. What you need to improve on, what your weak points are, and what you need to improve on. Nobody gets 100% in these exams. What you do is the threshold that gives you exceptional, excellent performance. It's a threshold, and the thresholds are points, they're marks. The difference, though, with this system is the equivalent of what you call a continuous assessment, where it's not a final exam that determines how you are graded, but it's work that you've done over time. That is an innovation that is excellent. Whether the teachers have the capacity to follow it through and make it work, I don't know. How KJSEA differs from previous exams. This is a story by Lynette Egwadi. Under the new model, learners' performance is measured on a continuous basis. So she knew I was going to say this, did she?
But you remember yesterday we also read something to do with 60% for KJSEA, and then now when they get to grade 7 and 8, there's a 20%, and then there's another 20% at the end of something, so it makes 100.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. That innovation is good.
Yeah.
High Court suspends implementation of Kenya-US medical agreement. You should see how this is implemented. Why? This one, interpretation by various actors.
Yeah.
Let me again say, why? Environmental activists complete 72 hours tree hugging marathon. Okay.
That Gen Z who hugged a tree for 3 days.
Good for you, sister. Good for you, sister.
Yeah.
All right.
Naskia, she has been given a barrage of accolades and what are they called? This is Zawadi. Yeah, she's going to be taken for an international trip to where. Then after that, the government of Nyeri is going to do what to her. There's some money, for her. There's some money that she's getting, pesa ngapi. Then endorsements from I don't know which companies to talk about their products. So basically, she's going to be, quite a rich lady by the end of 2025.
Paul, what she's done is excellent. You and I need to look for a tree to hug.
My friend, that, unless now you hug it for 4 days. She's done it for 3 days. And she was standing the entire time. 3 days, city. Wewe sasa unaweza simama hapa hata 1 hour.
Mimi? I can stand even 12 hours. Yes.
Alafu
3 days is pushing it.
Giza ikiingia wakati wa kulala, when your body tells you, city.
Yeah, I don't think you really understand. Who's going to be watching? See, I'll sit.
Yeah. No, for her, she had, because she has been recognized by the Guinness World Records or something. Good Book of Records, yes. I may recognize you, and she's actually there on the map.
Let me be serious about this and tell you this. Before I hug a tree, I have to practice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So you will hug people first.
I have heard you, by the way. It's not that I haven't heard you. This is me ignoring you. In case you,
I have noticed.
You have noticed. All right. Let me look at the Weekend Star.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, heroine hugs tree for 72 hours to promote climate action and health. Millions down the drain as youth, women, and people living with disabilities fail to repay loans. It is not down the drain. We are hoping they did something with the money, and this is an opportunity for us to relook and to understand why people are not repaying the loan. This isn't an opportunity to wholesale condemn. If people aren't repaying, start with why they borrowed. Start with what they were putting the money into. Start with how that particular process can be looked into and revamped so that when they borrow, they're able to put it to better use. Okay? It can't be that, you sasa, tu pesa, imepotea, no.
Yeah.
That, unfortunately, in my mind and in my estimate, is not the way you look at this thing.
Yeah.
The money hasn't been repaid. It wasn't stolen. It was given. What does that tell us about our borrowing trends? What does it tell us about what we put money to? look at what it tells us, and then let's find a way of ensuring that when they borrow the next time, they actually put it to better use. Okay?
I agree.
Right. Ruto MPs hold firm as Rigathi rebellion in Mount Kenya falters. Really? President's MPs united opposition splits into two camps. Really? Why Babu and Winnie, this is in the Siasa pages, should grab a ODM party and run away with it. This headline is not only misleading, it is, there's a word, I'm thinking of a word that is polite.
Yeah. Okay? What's the word?
It is aspirational. That's a nice polite word.
So you're saying that what the writer, the author has said is...
This headline is what I'm referring to. A political party is one not because the party exists, but because they are followers.
But is it possible, though, for them to, what is it called, rally up the followers, make them align with them, and then take over the club, the whatever? I've called it a club. Take over the party.
It's what you call a Freudian slip. Again, that is aspirational. Until it is done, I don't know it can be done.
Okay.
So let them try it and then we will see.
All right.
Isn't it?
Libeliwalo.
Yes. Hospitals face tough times after MPs back bill to end detentions. Again, this one, the reason why hospitals detained patients was for a reason. This bill is supposed to enable people to get treated and to leave. Why don't we just have a health system that guarantees the health providers their money? SHA can do so. NHIF used to do so to some degree on certain conditions. Why don't we just do that so that hospitals don't have to panic?
Yeah.
It's not as though the solution isn't there. The solution is there. Yes. But simply saying that so you can be treated and then after you've been treated you can leave, that won't work. Because private hospitals will tell you put a deposit. They may attend to you as an emergency, and then that's just about it. Yes. There are people in this country who have actually died because you go to one hospital, they can't treat you because you don't have the requisite deposit, you go to another one, blah, 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 and in the process you die. It points to something we need to set right. SHA could do this. Can it? Well, that's what we're waiting to see.
Good question.
Right. Ruto MP's firm as regards the revolt Mount Kenya falters. Again, these are reports that are being given. Whether it's true, I don't know. Those who attend to go for the money because after they leave, they will shout one term. Even when they go tomorrow, they will get people as long as they are giving them money. This is a quotation by somebody called Benjamin Gadhiru. Why? What's this fuss about money? Are people being forced to take money?
What's the fuss about money?
Yeah, what's the fuss? I mean, come on. This, among the many beefs I have with this so-called opposition that refers to itself as united.
Yes.
Please tell us how you want to govern differently. Stop telling us about the things we all see and know. Please. If people are bribing, they bribe. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you will have a government that will do away with this demon that has possessed us for such a long time. Tell us how it is you will be able to ensure that people who work for you and within your party are people who focus on the things that they will do.
Yeah.
Oh, but people want money. Then for heaven's sake, just shut your gob up, because stop telling us about this money issue. The more you talk about it, the more you promote it. Oh, if they give you money, just take. Hell no.
City is saying, do not take that money.
Don't take that money.
Yeah.
The moment you take that money, you've sold your dignity. You now don't have it. And that's why come the period when you want to, we're talking of 2026, people start going into an utter complete confusion. Don't know what to do, how to vote. Why? The center isn't holding. Why? Because somewhere along the line, you let go of the center by accepting a paltry sum. For what? For what? Your dignity is worth 200 bob, 100 bob, 50 bob. But people are hungry. Let's say you're even given 2,000 shillings.
Yeah.
No, let's be generous in our conversation. Let's make it 5. How long it'll last?
Probably a drink or two and 1 meal if you're lucky.
All I'm saying is nothing really changes.
Yeah.
Ask for people who will tell you of a plan and a scheme they have that will change your life, that of your children and grandchildren to come. Not the money. No.
Okay. Before I give some shout outs, let me just say, because we have a lot of sports news today, I'll just mention a few things about perhaps what the football fixtures for today, if indeed you are interested in that. One of the major games today in the Bundesliga is Union Berlin and RB Leipzig. Bundesliga nakumbuka nikwambia ni ya Germany, eh? Serie A, we have Lis and Pisa, that is Italy. In La Liga, huko España, Real Sociedad and Girona. Ligue 1 in France, we have Angers and Nantes. And then, of course, Championship, Kule, England, it's West Brom and Sheffield United. So, if you're interested in the games, but this particular weekend, some of the biggest games include Chelsea-Everton, which is taking place tomorrow, Saturday at 6 in the p.m. And then Liverpool and Brighton, woi. We have Burnley and Fulham again also happening tomorrow. Arsenal and Wolves happening tomorrow. On Sunday, Crystal Palace and Man City, Sunderland and Newcastle as well taking place on Sunday. So if you're interested in football, there you go. A few shoutouts to the following folks. Umeamka na sisi leo siku ya Jamhuri. Kuna Gerard Sako amesema happy Jamhuri Day Paul and CT watching from Langata. John Mutua anasema good morning my brother and my best friend CT. Niko tuned in. I just miss you. CT, you have a best friend. You know John Mutua is your best friend, eh?
And I thank him very much for the wonderful friendship.
And I'm his brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
The brother of my best friend.
Yes.
Extend greetings to my best friend.
All right.
Yes.
Michael Olane amesema good morning team Radio Generation. Hilary Cheriot as well. Good morning team Radio Generation. Good morning to you too, folks. Polite tall guy, how are you doing today? Happy Jamhuri Day from Nakuru. Wamesema hivyo. This is polite tall guy. Don Sabwa amesema City, we know it is well pronounced America first. Can Kenya citizens permeate through American first and be first in America?
We have, if you're talking about performance and excellence, there are very many Kenyans who are now residents, some are citizens of the US, who have led that charge of excellence in the fields of endeavor, and they exist. They exist in all spheres. They exist.
Yeah.
Yes. Even in mischief, they exist.
Even in mischief. Okay. All right.
If you're talking about excelling.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Those folks are right there, smack in the middle.
Kenyans are right there. The vast majority of people do. They're not ne'er-do-wells. They do well.
Right.
They are people who perform well. And in terms of uplifting the name of the country, they're there. If more Kenyans than not did not do as well as they did, the sterling reputation that we have abroad would not exist. We have that reputation because the vast majority of Kenyans who are abroad actually do us proud.
Yeah. You know, we're talking about excellence and, you know, people in America first, all this maneno. Have you had a chance to look at this ongoing case of the fraud that the Somali community is accused of in Minnesota?
Somali community?
Yeah.
Is it community or is it an individual?
Several individuals.
Precisely. So it is not the Somali community.
But they are saying that that money was actually channeled through the community in Minnesota. For example, a lot of the some of these folks that are being accused, they took some of their kinsmen and they took money from the state and also the federal government by pretending that some of these people were sick. So they claimed a lot of money in medical aid. They claimed a lot of money also in e-aid ya kupea watu chakula, hunger aid, let me call it that for now, and several other avenues of acquiring money. My friend, that money accumulatively came to about 47 million USD, which hapa Kenya, that's roughly about 4 billion. Actually not 4 billion, that is way above 4 billion. It's probably around 7 billion or something of the sort. And a huge chunk of that money was channeled through Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when money leaves one jurisdiction to another, is it labeled?
What do you mean labeled? In what sense?
Do we know the origins? We know it originates from a single individual. Everything about the story and how it was acquired, does it have a label that signifies this is how it came to be? 47 billion? The answer is no. Okay? Is this the first time we've heard of individuals within the US, Kenyans specifically, who have perpetrated such fraud? No, it is not the first time.
It's not the first time, yeah.
Why is this thing being given so much prominence? Is it because the individuals in this case happen to be Kenyans of Somali origin? And if they are of Somali origin, are they all Kenyans?
Now that's the thing that we haven't ascertained in terms of where they were born or whatever, but it's a huge story.
It is being made huge. Fraud of that nature has been perpetrated by citizens of the US on scales that are staggering compared to this.
We shall talk about the repercussions when we come back from the news in a short while, so don't go too far. We'll be right back.
Radio generation, the sound is fine. Pump it up, turn it high all the time. Let the music move you, let's sway. Radio G's got your jam all day.
Radio Generation, the home of urban soul. This is the Radio Generation News.
Good morning, I'm Soki Brenda. Nairobi Regional Commissioner Gilbert Kitio has announced an elaborate security and traffic management plan ahead of today's Jamhuri Day celebrations. These while urging residents to cooperate fully to ensure a smooth, safe and colorful national event. In a press briefing on Thursday, Kitio said multi-agency teams have been deployed across the capital from Thursday evening through the end of the festivities to ensure safety and order. This year's Jamhuri Day celebrations are being held at Nyayo Stadium, Nairobi.
Security measures have been put place within the venue, at the CBD and in the estates, starting from the eve of the celebrations, that is from today, until the final day, with uniformed and non-uniformed officers deployed at strategic points, and specialized teams will also be available for any eventualities. The National Government Administration officers, police officers, National Youth Service and other agencies will be at hand to guide people on where to sit at the pavilion.
The Judicial Service Commission, JSC, has appointed 100 new resident magistrates in a move aimed at expanding judicial capacity and improving access to justice across the country. The appointments, announced on Thursday, mark a significant boost to Kenya's magistracy, which now stands at 660 officers serving in 143 courts nationwide. According to the Commission, the recruitment is intended to strengthen the administration of justice by reducing case backlogs, improving service delivery, and enhancing the judiciary. Local communities are being encouraged to unite and apply innovative solutions to address rising social and environmental challenges, according to Christine Mwende, the Chief Executive Officer of the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Nairobi County. Mentorship and collaboration are empowering youth and women with the skills and knowledge needed to confront issues. These include sanitation, waste management, and community development.
We have an array of programs, and one of the programs that I'm going to talk about is the Jinwe Growth Program that is supporting the young women and young youth between the age of 18 to 35, and the support that you are giving to KNTCI. And because this is something that we came to notice, that our young people, and actually now people have the students have graduated. So after graduating, what's the next level? As KNTCI, what we do is capacity build them, give them the nitty-gritties, the foundational knowledge and skills. And a new national wildlife census conducted between June 2024 and August 2025 reveals a mixed picture of conservation gains and growing challenges. Elephant numbers have risen sharply to 41,952, reflecting strong progress in anti-poaching efforts and habitat protection. However, Wildlife Research and Training Institute CEO Dr. Patrick Omondi cautions that not all species are faring as well.
Our rhino population have also seen growth of over 4%, and that rhino population now is the third largest rhino population in the world. We have seen also the impact of drought that happened in 2022. It hits one of our endemic antelope, the Hirola antelope. We have recorded a decline, and that antelope is mainly found in Ijara in Garissa County.
The U.S. has imposed fresh sanctions on 6 more ships said to be carrying Venezuelan oil a day after seizing a tanker off the country's coast. Sanctions have also been placed on some of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's relatives and businesses associated with what Washington calls his illegitimate regime. The White House says the seized vessel, called the Skyper, had been involved in illicit oil shipping and would be taken to an American port. And that's the truth on Radio Generation. I'm Soki Brenda.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Radio Generation. Radio Generation assumes no responsibility or liability for the interviewee's views. This is Radio Generation. In the beginning, there was morning radio. But now there is Radio Generation's The People's Breakfast, curious and bold, getting facts from the shadows.
That's what it is.
Now, as the city wakes and secrets stir, a bright new voice shines. The People's Breakfast, your morning, your voice, your journey. Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Welcome to the home of hard truths and bold insights, Radio Generation.
Welcome back. This is Radio Generation. The time right now is 7 minutes past 7 o'clock. And we want to have a very serious conversation here about the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers. But before we do that, Siti Muga, there is someone here who says it's their birthday today, and they're telling me that they are not going to have a good day until you wish them a happy birthday and sing for them. So Masema, hi Mbuvi, this is Jamie. So today is my birthday, and I would love Siti to sing for me on air.
How do you spell that name?
Jamie is ameandika Jaime.
Okay.
Yes, it's short for Jemima.
All right. So
Right.
nataka niimbe
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday to you.
Good stuff. I hope, Jamie, wherever you are, you're having a happy birthday and happy Jamhuri Day as well. Wish you all the best in this brand new year for you. All right. Nimesema ni wakati wa kuongea very serious matters. So there's a national strike that has been there's actually, it's, what do we call it? A notice that has been issued by the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers. And why do they want to go on strike? Let's find out. In studio, we do have the General Secretary, who's also the CEO of the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, KUCO, George Gibore. George, welcome back to Radio Generation.
Thank you very much
for
having me.
Yes. The last time we were here, we were talking about SHA and some of the challenges that clinical officers are facing.
Yes.
We also spoke about the shortage of medicine in our public hospitals and so on and so forth.
Yes.
But today we are here to talk about the strike notice that you've issued.
Very well.
Why have you issued one? And it's taking effect on when? 23rd? Is it 23rd or 22nd?
23rd.
23rd of this month. Why do you want to strike?
I think we are not the one who want to strike. It is the government who is forcing us to go on strike. And the reason is we have agreements after agreements that are never implemented. And in this case, in 2024, as you may remember, we had close to 7-month national strike. And it ended up, we signed a return to work with the Council of Governors and the Ministry of Health with specific agreements which had timeline.
Okay.
And one of the item of agreement was the CBA, Collective Bargaining Agreement. The clause was specifically stating that we shall finalize on the CBA within 90 days from the date of agreement. That is like the Council of Governors, we agreed on 8th of July.
Yes.
And then we signed one with the Minister of Health on 18th of July.
Yes.
So with the Minister of Health, it is true that we commenced the negotiation because there were around 2 items which were still pending then. And we had an agreement which then we went out to seek concurrences from the Treasury, because Treasury must fund if there is any item that on the CBA that require money.
Yes.
So then that was agreed. Treasury gave it its concurrence, I think around April this year. It went to Treasury, because then once you receive concurrence from Treasury, you now attach as evidence of availability of fund. Then you take it where to SRC.
Okay.
So the SRC, when they look at that parameters and the negotiation, because previously we had sought advisor of the SRC. So when they understand that we have met, we have agreed within the parameter they had guided, they give approval. So approval of SRC was received in the ministry on 8th of September.
Yeah.
And therefore we were seeking that we get the document to be signed to allow its implementation, because the effective date of the CBA is supposed to be backdated to July.
Right.
Because the reason is this CBA have been negotiated for more than 8 years.
8 years.
8 good years. And a CBA has a life cycle of 4 years. That's 2 life cycle. And that's why you can see now the unwillingness of the government.
Yeah.
And even when things look like this is the easier one, someone make it so difficult.
You have been very patient.
I think it is one of the items, if you go back, it cost our first strike in 2018, 2019, 2021, even when we had actually tentatively signed with the Minister of Health when Kago was there, and then the Council of Governors came and actually rubbished everything. They said that they have the majority clinical officer, therefore everything need to go back to
them.
To them.
Yes.
So then that one was never implemented. So when this new government came in, they said that uchumi ni ngumu, let's try to renegotiate, because they renegotiated every item, I mean, especially the monetary item. And let me be specific, because it's only one item. The risk allowance for clinical officers, who are the first people to see patient before even they are known what they're having, whether it is in infectious condition, they are clinical officers. They ni kama kichungi. They are the one who...
You're the first line of defense.
Yes, line of defense. So once you know that the patient...
Actually, if I may explain, when you go to say the emergency, you will find somebody in a white lab coat.
Yes.
That person is a clinical officer.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the person who will attend to you and determine what should happen to you while you're in that health facility.
Yes.
Please continue.
Yes. In the hospital, we act like service, we generate work for everyone, so that if there is a patient who need consultant, we are the one to guide this patient and happy. If then I determine this patient need to do a chest x-ray, I send the patient to the radiology. If this one need an ultrasound, the same. Laboratory, the same. So then if you determine this patient is to be admitted, I'm the one who make decision. At that time, if then I realize that this patient has an infectious condition, I have sensitized everyone.
Yes.
So I'm at higher risk than anyone. So with that, yes, someone will say there is someone who does triage. Triage is done at an open place, an entry.
By the nurse?
Yes, by the nurse, and sometimes their nurse aide, whoever is doing it.
Okay.
So when they bring, you are in an environment where it's concealed. It's more of the aeration there is not very good.
Yes.
So you are the one who is at risk. And you spend not less than 15 minutes with the patient, touching the patient and ensuring that this patient, you can be able to identify what is ailing this patient.
Okay.
And that is why I say, so Kagwe had reasoned with us. He had awarded us 12,000 additionally to 3,000 that clinical officer are earning. So this has been was revised down when this new government came in. So from there we seeked advisory when it was 12. SRC refused, 9 they refused, until we came down. They had the only addition of money that the clinical officer are getting is 4,000.
Yeah. Let me ask.
And then we said, okay, let's have it. Now, then when everyone has agreed, CS is not available. And actually, let me put it very clear. When he said that he has not received the document, there is even a message he sent to my chairman telling him that we'll sign it this week. That was early November.
Okay. Early November.
Yes. He gave us an appointment. He was not there to sign it. I have been engaging. When he said that he has an open door policy for us, I think since he came to the ministry, we have met twice. First, we were ourselves as the union, and the second, we were there as a caucus of the union discussing on the issues of the UHC. And that is when we met us, and he said, I came here to handle all the historical injustices issues, and what I want is for you to ensure that you give me the cooperation, support me. And he asked for a ceasefire. And actually, when Nakumicha was going out, we had a strict notice. So we suspended giving
that
him
notice,
time. Yes. So when he says that this is what is there, he was not being genuine. And that's why sometimes I feel he's being more of a politician rather than
George, there's something I honestly need to understand, because from what I understand, he said it's not like he wasn't aware that he needed to sign something. It is just that it had not reached his desk. That is what I understand.
Let me again, at least we, like my chairman, work in the ministry.
Yes.
And because we were following, we ensured that the team that we were negotiating, because they are the one who has a responsibility to go and brief him, not us. They briefed him on 27th of September. And the reason is we were pushing to sign it then, but we had also a scientific conference which was coming around October.
Yes.
It was running from October around 14th to around 7th. There. So he was coming to sign.
Yes.
He said then, because you have this conference there and there are many people coming, I can come and sign it.
Yes.
So all of a sudden then, I'm the one, I have those chats with him.
Yes.
Then when the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga died, the president suspended public engagement, and he actually called me and informed me that I'll not be able to come because the president has suspended all public engagement. And the next thing is that I'm in the committee that is organizing his send-off.
Yes.
So I may not be available.
Okay.
But we will do this when this is over.
Yes.
So I don't know whether he's still in that committee. I don't know why he is, because since then he went mute, so to say.
Again, I just want to confirm. It's not like the minister said this paper doesn't exist. It's just that it hadn't reached his desk. Is it possible that whoever was responsible for ensuring that he actually has it before him, because I'm sure he has a lot of things as a CS, so perhaps who was supposed to put it in his in tray hadn't done that?
If that was genuine, and I've said that I know that he was briefed on 27th of September.
Yes.
And the briefing is, you come with that document and say this is what is there. That document, once we agreed, and all the accompanying documents were there, so we went, it is the ministry that went and printed. They are actually booklet already ready for signing.
Right.
So they are in the ministry, not us. Okay. So we are not the one who have a responsibility. Unless he's claiming that he even when he's informed, there is someone specific who need to do. I don't know what he meant. But it's good, Kenyan, to know that we know even the date that he was briefed.
Yes.
So, and to that extent, I don't know whether he was saying that we have the responsibility to present a document to him, because that's not our responsibility.
Okay.
But again, even when we issued a notice, we had I had sent him more than 7 messages. He was not responding.
Yeah.
I have tried to go through the TA and the PA. they were also not yielding. So that's to mean
okay.
he had actually closed the doors that he's saying that there is open door policy. Unless then he's not briefed of what is happening behind, he need probably to interrogate his officers that are supposed to be liars on people.
Okay. So since you issued the strike notice, has anyone reached out to just
No,
say-
I saw him responding, and he was even saying that the people, because we issued a 21 notice, knowing that this is December, and giving them good time. We always do 7 days. So 21 days
is generous.
was generous to say that we don't want to go on strike, but we are sensitizing you that if you don't want to do your responsibility, you are actually the one who are calling for this strike. So instead of going to respond to us on the media,
Yes.
what you'll have done that evening, because it doesn't take 3 minutes to put a signature, not even a 3 second to put a signature on a document.
Leave it.
He will actually call us and say this document is already signed.
Yeah.
And he will have avoided this whole hulabaloo. Yeah.
So it's been how many days since you issued this notice?
Now today, I think we still have up to 23rd from today.
Yeah.
That's close to around 12 days.
Yes.
So it's key to say that they still have 12 days, the latitude of 12 days to resolve the issues or consider letting the people go on strike. Because from here, after that demo we had on Monday, I moved to Western.
Yes.
I was in Nyanza yesterday. Nimekuja usiku Nairobi. I have to sensitize members that this is the action we need. And it is because the government want it, not us. I know that is the aspect of the ministry. I will wish actually to explain what has happened, transpired after we had an agreement with the Council of Governors, because there have not been much movement.
Yeah. City, what do you have to say?
You know, the thing about the strikes we've had in this country involving the medical fraternity, if you look at just the processes that have taken place, whether it is nurses, clinical officers, medical doctors, interns, lab technologies, they have been extremely patient. They are cognizant of the services they provide, and they know that the end of the service, their human lives involved, and their actions are guided primarily by that. But what has also been witnessed is what amounts to bad faith on the part of people who, within the government and the Ministry of Health, have the mandate to ensure that there's a seamless process in executing some of these provisions that are agreed upon. That's why it's called a CBA, Collective Bargaining Agreement. You have done it. It's not arbitrary. It's not you and I sat. It is collective. When you agree on something and you find it is not possible, you call people and you talk again. They are not unwilling to talk. But it is this policy that seems to be, and if you read the history of it, a meeting is called with senior government officials, junior officials, who can't make any the definitive decision are the ones who are sent. So somebody has to ask, why are we having this meeting in the first place? And then it drags on and on and on. Before the union that now represents medical doctors and pharmacists was formed, this gentleman, who I think chairs the Committee of Health in Parliament, Nikal, he and people who were with him at that particular time, people like Dr. Kamarogo and many others.
Yeah.
It was the Moi era, the people who first led what you may refer to as a nationwide strike. Again, it was, but they not different services, pay, and all this. People who are physically removed from the house, physically removed from the houses they were living, because they were government workers, government doctors, physically. That is how it was understood. It's like you have no right to actually protest, you have no right to go on strike. It became then imperative to actually have a legal position from which you can actually hold a strike. But at that point in time, they were actually not allowed to have a union. They were not allowed. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
It's like saying the police service should have a union. I actually think they should. The only people who cannot have a union are the military, if you ask me. The police service, they should have a union. That history of bad faith prevails. We've made a lot of progress. Reality check. this government doesn't have a lot of leeway with the money. And the primary reason is the debts that we are paying. They take a huge chunk. If what we forget our budget, if what we actually collect is just 2.34 trillion shillings, let's make it 6 just so that the argument is better. And every year we end up paying an amount that is something like 1.3 trillion. There isn't really very much remaining. It's not the citizens of this country of whom the clinicians and the union and others, and they understand. They do understand. The point is, some of the discussions that we are having regarding the CBA is not, it didn't begin today, it didn't begin last week, it didn't begin the week before. Some of these have been long-standing issues that are very many years old. Now, where the problem arises, in this same country, in that time, we found members of parliament have given themselves a hike. We find certain cadres of civil servants have given themselves a salary hike. So you ask, if there is money to give these people more money, how come there's no money to give the other people who actually perform a very, very, very essential service?
Maybe
Sure.
because City is a good friend of mine. Like the other day, I was listening to him on these issues of the US-Kenya agreement, and I know that he does a lot of research. This issue is not about money. It's about priorities.
Okay.
Whether really the government has put priority on health, or is they just talking English and acting in their own mother tongue. Because when you look at it, a history of 8 years negotiating a CBA, you can actually feel like there is something very complicated there. Unfortunately, if you are given that document willingly, you'll do it within 1 day. Now, unfortunately, the government has to derail everything. Because that's when, if today you were to collect a majority of those officers who goes to the Minister of Health, ask them for the whole year to account what they have done. I think they will remember many of the hotels they have visited without them putting anything. There's no much output, so to say. But if they were to be asked to say, this is what I did and this is the impact it has to the society, that is now when we can talk. But again, we have been saying, if you put healthcare workers as a liability, you miss it. Because we are taking care of health, people who need to be healthy and ensure that they are generating resources for themselves and for the country. So if you remove the healthcare workers, the health aspect, which is has been proven it's a pure security issue, then actually the account is at limbo. And that's why we feel that we have been proposing that even when people talk about the wage bill, it should not be an issue, because we need to look at what is the contribution of the healthcare workers to the economical growth of our country and to the well-being of its citizen. So that then you remove that thing ya kusema kwamba hii imefika hapa, we cannot do more. First, we don't have enough staff. We are understaffed. Again, for the few that you have, you don't take care of them. And then you have a big aspiration to realize UHC. But again, your investment is not commensurating. So is it when healthcare workers complain, you go talk and belittling them without even a bigger picture of what is it that we need to bring? Because I know he's the one who promised and said, I came here to resolve all the historical injustices. When he talked in the Citizen, when I heard whenever he was in the media, he was categorical that he has sorted issues, but he only mentioned one cadre of KMPDU members. So all the other cadres, more than 23 cadres, he has not done anything. He could not mention anything, so to say.
Are you saying that since Honorable Aden Duale took office, he has done nothing for nurses, for example, clinical officers? I don't know who else is in these particular categories, but are you saying that apart from the doctors?
I think he will have said it. He had a better, I know when he does something, the way he talk loudly about it, he will have said it. Unless he's saying that when he did for the UHC, yes, it has almost everyone. UHC is a long-standing issue. When he came in, there was already money. Actually, he didn't do it. We were the one who were protesting, going even to Parliament. We protested for more than 5 months.
Yes,
for their money to be allocated through Parliament. Now he said he says he did it, and I appreciate that he has harmonized the salary for the UHC staff. But what was the agreement in 2024? I can share even the agreement so Kenyan know. We had agreed that the issues of UHC and those who are employed on a short-term contract should be, the first thing is that harmonize salary to the SRC rates.
Yeah.
And 2, consider putting these people on permanent and pensionable. So the first aspect of it, money was allocated by Parliament.
Right.
They have harmonized the salary, but it's still pending. And when we say that, that's also one item where we are pushing for the strike, is because there are those whose contract are expiring by this month, actually end of this month.
Right.
And now in a pro rata manner, they continue to actually expire until the last one is around May. And when you look at the kind of engagement we are having, there is no priority. And we have clear information that yes, the ministry was paying. And because the Minister of Health knows that if you release this data and tell every county to take care of their own people and issue their letters, there was all the intention that they wanted to do their show, their monkey business with the staff. And the Dwala was even sometime clear that until they issue them with the letters, I'm not giving them the money.
Yes.
But let me ask you something. When you talk about priority, George, what would this priority look like? What is it that the ministry would need to do in order for us to understand that the priority that you seek has been provided?
So, Kenya is a signatory to the Abuja Declaration. When was it signed? The commitment then was that they will be allocating at least 15% of their annual budget.
Yeah.
Is it happening? What is our percentage up to date? Less than 7%. So we are less than a half. Actually, in the year 2019, the financial year 2019-2020, the estimate shows, or rather the figure shows that we expended of around 558 billion. You'll be surprised that more than a half came from partners.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you remove partners, which who had given us close to 280 billions, so you can actually get the balance where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Is from the ministry. Direct allocation from treasury. Through Parliament, and some are through insurances, personal contributions that people do through insurances.
Yes.
So then that's when you realize that the issues of priority need to be discussed. We have good policies. Do we implement them? Policies that govern the human resource, the medics numbers to patient ratio. Do we observe it? We have prepared those documents for ourselves, owned them. We know how much money we need to allocate to ensure that our laboratories are functioning. We know how much money we need to ensure that there is all the pharmacies in all public facilities has drugs. If you walk today and say that this show we will do a walking show to these government facilities, even here in Nairobi, you'll be surprised that a majority of the health centers laboratories are either closed, they are not functioning, and even there's no drugs that you dispense to patient anakuja consultation, then they go and pay out of pocket.
Let me ask you.
That is what I talk about priority, that we come talk very high from the rooftop, but act like if we are coming from Tanzania.
Remind me again, how many patients are you supposed to see in a day? The recommended quota for you
as a clinician.
Yes.
The number I'll start first with what is required by the WHO.
Yes.
Ndio, I meet the patient, I take history, I examine this patient, I send this patient for investigation, then the patient come back, I review, I again go through the history and look at the outcome of the investigation.
Right.
Then I make the final diagnosis, and then I do what? I prescribe the medicine.
Okay. How many
That will
patients?
take me not less than 15 minutes with the patient. The least minutes I can take is 15. Sometimes I take more than that.
Okay.
Okay. So then, if you were to calculate with now the number of hours that I'm supposed to work, which is around 8 hours, but
Yes.
I know a majority of clinicians work for more than 10 hours because then of that changeover, and you'll find that you have worked more than that. So quality time with the patient is 15 minutes. So if you multiply, I'm not supposed to see more than 38 patients
In a day.
in a day. But there are people who see more than 100 patients. So meaning
In
the
one
government has forced me to take away my quality time with the patient. And that is why people complain about attitude for the public servant. But when you go to private, because they have time with the patient feel appreciated. Yes.
That is up to 3 times the number of.
Yes. Yes. If you are alone, it is actually clearing and forwarding. Come. There are places we know we have received even a history because you have to see everyone. Everyone has come and then mtu anaingia already the documentation, umeandika jina, umeandika diagnosis, no proper history, ameenda hapa ameandika dawa. Because you take at least 3 minutes with the patient, you want a patient wengine what?
July ni mrefu hapo nje.
Yes. But also, even after that, we know there are patients who take 3 days still coming up in the morning to try follow up kama watamalizia kuonekana na daktari. Yes.
Okay. Now, from what I understand is that the current administration went around during the campaigns meeting different groups. So we're talking about from Mama Mboga to Boda Boda to doctors to clinicians.
Yes.
And did you have any conversation with the Kenya Kwanza government
I'm a
during the
victim.
campaigns?
I'm a victim in these circumstances because at least I was in the team that was drafting the manifesto for the Kenya Kwanza.
Oh.
And I believe that if the president was to listen today, he knows my name. He knows me by name. I participated to brief him when he was going for campaign. We prepared to the final document. I still have it. The final document yenye alisoma akiambia wa Kenya, this is what I'm promising.
Right.
Among the issues that he promised is to employ 20,000 healthcare workers. The first 2 years, we were to do a half of that. And because the issues of management of the healthcare workers became one of the biggest problem, which has contributed to a lot of industrial action in the country,
Right.
he had even promised to centralize the management of the human resources. So when he came in and he attempted to do that, the governors was up and arm. Wakati alikuwa up and arm, then he said, what should I do? Remember, he launched the KHHRAC. KHHRAC was an institution that was established when we were writing the Health Act. I participated also. And we were trying to push because we realized there was still issue of management of the healthcare workers. There's no way healthcare workers wako Nairobi unawamanage tofauti na wale wako Kiambu, na wale wako Machakos, na wale wako Kakamega, na different places.
So this was a commission,
Yes.
just like we have GSC.
Yes, we anticipated because we proposed that it become like a commission.
Yes.
The TSC, the Teacher Service Commission.
Right.
You're advocating for a health commission.
Yes. But because those politicians who were there and specifically coming from counties felt like this cannot be, we more of watered it down to what it looked like. The KHHRAC has no power. They have no tooth to bite. And that is why even since the president launched it, like it is the one bullet that can sort all this.
The silver
it
bullet.
has never the silver bullet. It has never. Have you ever seen it anyway since the launch?
I only hear it with you guys, the unions.
Yes, because in any case, we thought like let's put it here. from time to time we may review it as because people realize that indeed it can play a very critical role, because if you centralize management of the healthcare workers, are you taking away health from the county? They will still have, we have around 6 building blocks. You remain with infrastructure, you remain with commodities,
Right.
you remain with the service, you remain with the budgeting and everything. So this one ingekuwa tu, hata kama ni wao wana manage, they can do promotion,
Yes.
they can do hiring, they can do all
Firing.
the things, firing. But managing this, even including enabling inter-county transfers or intergovernmental transfers,
Hiyo inakuwa
which is not there.
the commission.
Yes. So today, when I marry someone who is sitting in Baringo,
Yeah.
and I want that person to come to Nairobi, it is an uphill task. And I have very many cases in my office which this matter has contributed to breakage of marriage. And you still have people proudly saying that kama uko na serikali ambaye iwezi fikiria juu ya mwananchi wa chini, I think it is a government that has lost direction.
But George,
and the issues of priority again arises.
George, you know, you've explained this thing beautifully. The president attempted to implement what he had said he was going to implement. The governors were up in arms. Money follows function.
Hiyo ni mimi najua, lakini president hajaambia wa Kenya hivyo.
That's why I started by saying, George. I started by saying, George,
Because what he want, he always get it.
you have explained this very well. That was my opening statement. You see? If I look at the county governments that we have and how they manage their affairs, the vast majority of them,
Yes.
how they manage the affairs of their county governments, it strikes me as many of them were people who were given jobs that they could not manage or handle. The jobs they have are beyond them.
Yes.
Because everything I see in the confusion around the county government tells me this fellow is not quite competent to manage this thing. So when it comes to health,
Yes.
the moment you hear of a subsidiary effort being made to streamline it, money will be their discussion. That's why I started by saying money following function.
Yes.
Okay? There has been this discussion about the NGCDF, and there are those who've said that money should go to the counties. I oppose that thing completely. How do you give people who have demonstrated conclusively if they can't manage the funds they have, how do you give them more money? To manage what? I'd rather the MPs get it. If people claim they mismanage it, we know they're the ones who have it, which in reality they don't. On to your case. The issue of healthcare being given to this group of people, in my opinion, was a mistake. The bigger mistake was to give the Commission on the Implementation of the Constitution 5 years, was an even bigger mistake. The devolution department that was there to help with the devolution process was given an even shorter time. Another mistake. Because this process of devolution was us piloting to see how it works. It was in a constitution, so that by now we should know this health, we made a mistake. Toa hii health hapa.
Moga.
Yes.
I know you as a researcher. At least you know, when you run a country, is like when you are running a program.
You are running a program.
You do a baseline survey.
Yes.
To ensure that at least you know the status. As you progress, you can come back and say, I moved from this. Leo ni siku gani Muga?
Friday Jamhuri Day.
Jamhuri inamaanisha?
And tumepata independence.
Self-governing.
What were we fighting?
No, self-governance.
There are basic things.
Self-governance was before. Believe me, this one sasa.
There were basic things zenye mulikuwa munasema by that time. I was not there. You know, sisi, by the way, I'm almost kwenda hii kwa hii generation nyingine hata hatujuangi siku za celebration, tuna celebrate nini. Hii munaita I'm saying kuna vitu tulikuwa tunataka mambo kama mambo ya health. What did our forefathers talk about?
Hapo tu bro, hatujasonga.
So sasa mimi nikisema kwamba tatizo ni wananchi ama ni viongozi?
Bro, let me reframe that question and then reframe the answer. Matatizo iliyopo haiwezi kuwa tunatafuta malalamishi na tunatafuta mahali shida ambayo tuko nao sasa, tunatafuta tunaitafuta na swali, hii shida iko wapi? Viongozi sio viongozi kama hawajateuliwa ama hawajapigiwa kura. Tunazungumzia hao viongozi wa kisiasa. Sisi wa Kenya, kuelewa kwetu kwa uongozi na mamlaka ambao watu ambao tumewapigia kura inatofautiana na ukweli. Mtu ambao umempa kazi ni mfanyikazi wako. Sisi wafanyikazi wetu ambao tumewapigia kura
boss wetu.
Asante sana baba, umeelewa. So mambo inayohitajika ili hao watu wafanye ile kazi ambayo tunawapigia kura wafanye, hatuna. Mfanyikazi yule ambaye anatufanyia kazi katika shamba zetu ama kwa nyumba zetu, tuna kadri ya maneno ama mambo ambayo lazima watimize kila siku, na tunahakikisha wanafanya hivyo. Hawa hatuwalazimishi. Sisi ambao tumewajiri kazi, tumeamua ya kwamba unampa mtu kazi ili awe kiongozi wako. Tangu lini baba? Mfanyikazi wako ni kiongozi wako. Sasa ni mfanyikazi wako vipi? Mfanyikazi wako lazima atii amri na lazima atimize masharti ambayo aliteuliwa ama alipigiwa kura atimize. Hawa wenzetu hawafanyi hivyo. Wao ni serikali kivyao. Wao ni viongozi kivyao. So yale yote ambayo tunatarajia mara nyingi yanaana mrama na yale matarajio yetu.
Hiyo sehemu umesema kuchagua, sijui kama kweli ni kuchagua. Wanasemanga ati power is taken. I don't know how it is taken. So
tunapiga
so they have a lot of entitlement.
Bro, hawa wetu na sio wa Kenya peke yake. On this continent of Africa, the African concept of leadership and the respect we give elders and the respect I've seen you showing me today because I'm older, it is a wonderful thing. But my friend, when it comes to work, and you have given me work, it doesn't matter whether I'm 10 years older than 20 years older than you. I have to do that work, and you have every right to demand that I do the work you've given me.
Yes,
it's as simple as that. Kama wewe, do you breathe? No. You are elected. You're not given that job. You are elected. Other people wanted the job. It is you who was given that job. My friend, I cannot understand the full extent, but I know you have pressure.
Very true.
When things go wrong, then they don't worry about Duale. It's you they talk to.
Yes. You know, what you are saying is very true. I saw one of the MP who was talking about the kind of medication he was administered to. You saw that clip?
Yes. He
lives in Kenya, but it only dawned on him when he had the first experience. At least some of us, we know that some of the medicine in this country are substandard. To this, and we make noise, but no one hear. Until then, it dawned on you. Ni una realize unakuja kufanya kelele, unasema hii na hii haifanyiki. But of course alisema na kaachia hapo akaenda.
Daktari, ngoja kidogo. When you say medicine in this country is not I didn't get it exactly. What exactly do you mean?
Okay, let me ask you. How many times have you seen like the Pharmacy and Poison Board recalling medicine that has been in circulation, and when they recall, they don't tell you whether it had not been used or it had already been used? So if you are the one who has been given mandate,
yes,
to superintend all that, I mean, you are the one who check the quality,
right?
You are the one who allowed those medicine in the market. You have considered, you have allowed in the market, then you realize whichever I have allowed for my people to consume is substandard or it is maybe poisonous. Then you recall it, and you don't tell people. You are exposing people. I've been somewhere outside this country. There's a medicine we call diclofenac.
Yes.
Here in the country, we take 100 milligram. Where I was, when I asked for that medicine because I was not feeling, I had pain actually. I think because of traveling, and then I had a bad headache.
Yes.
And nikasema nipatie dawa. Diclofenac, I was given 50 milligram. I said, will it be enough? When I took 50 milligram, sufficiently acted. If you take 50 milligram ya hapa kwetu, haifiki.
Hii tunanunuanga huku Kenya.
Yes.
Inakwanga umesema ni 100 mg.
Yes. Kwa mtu mzima. Ndio ifanye kazi.
Yes.
Nikaenda I was in Switzerland. So nikatekia 50 and it was effective. The efficacy, efficiency, it was okay. So mimi nika respond very well.
Yes.
Within a very short time. So nikaanza kujiuliza huko kwetu kuna shida gani? There's also another lubricant I paid.
Yes.
I had played football before I traveled. So then I bought because I was training somewhere.
Yeah.
The application is small, good. Hapa kwetu. Ndugu, what
right.
We are saying is that the MP was saying like he has fallen from heaven, but it is a problem that I have, and they are our leaders because they have chosen that they don't seek medicine in our public facility, neither in a country. They don't know what Kenyans are going through. So siku ile na kuharibikia. That's when you realize that I need competent healthcare workers, I need motivated healthcare workers, I need our facility equipped. That's when they realize.
I have a question about this diclofenac because I also consumed it a couple of months ago. I had, hurt my hand, and I took that diclo.
Why, was it prescribed for you? Were you self-medicating?
The point is I took the medicine. So
I don't ask that.
So
over the counter.
So to be honest, it didn't work as I expected.
Yes.
And I had to revert to a different one, a paracetamol. And then ikanisaidia even better than I thought, because I thought Diclo was actually going to do a better job. When did we have a change in the efficacy of our medicine? And I know we are digressing, but when did we have a difference in the efficacy of our medicine? Because I took a similar one a couple of years ago, and it worked like magic instantly. When did we have this change in our medicine?
I think there's no change. We have very many companies in our market, and the person who is supposed to guarantee the quality of medication that we are getting is the Pharmacy and Poison Board. And that is why when you see they are the one who are calling the shot all the time, they are saying this is bad, this is wrong. How did you allow it first in the market? Yani, you are telling Kenyan that I'm the one who is exposing you, and then you're coming to caution. You know, sometimes you get mad if you know that system need to work.
Yeah.
You have worked, you have a policy, and you know everything that who is supposed to do what. And then that is the same person who is now crying and telling Kenyan that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
We have now, Kenya is also listed one of the growing country yenye kona multi-drug resistance. Yani ile drugs zinashindwa kufanya kazi kwa sababu tumezishazitumia vibaya. So unaitumia wakati unaihitaji, but ina resist the disease, I mean the bacteria or whichever it is, ina resist because imeshazoea hiyo dawa.
The microbes,
one, the reason is it is efficacy, or rather it is potency iko chini. Yani haiwezi fanya. So inaenda umeikula leo, umerudia kesho. Umeona vitu wanasema the STI zenye zimekuwa
drug resistant. I know that we had a...
So is it that ni matibabu madaktari hawapeani vizuri? Is it that it is the drugs that is not?
Okay.
So
we shall
I
call
think you answer that.
Yeah, we shall call you, we talk about the drugs. But I just needed to know that fact at this particular point. So the government hasn't reached out as we sit here.
Yes, I think we have talked about the ministry, and of course I was pointing out the ministry and the kind of issues that the way they are addressing issues, and I was summing it up for Muga to break it down.
Okay.
That is lack of priority. That people goes there and they talk very high, but actions are not in tandem with the way they speak in the public. So, and similarly in the Council of Governors, because then it is another entity that is coordinating all services, matters of common interest for all the counties. So it has been negotiating on behalf of all the 47 counties.
Okay.
All this time, you negotiate a CBA, but they are not picking. So in July last year, when we agreed, we were to resume. We have never resumed. We have written to them letters. We have not sat down to only 2 items remaining. Now especially for the money one, which already SRC has made decision, we expected that they facilitate the same to motivate workers and ensure that workers are comfortably feeling well, supported to work. Now all the time, the Council of Governors has proven, and the governors has proven to speak how they want to health to function properly. But unfortunately, the way they act, anything that promote and motivate healthcare workers, they are against it. So if a healthcare worker has a CBA in our country, as I said, 4 years.
Yes.
If you implement it, you are stable, because healthcare workers will focus to work. They will not focus to go on strike. 2, on the item, so they have not done anything up to date, and despite that matter, those agreements were registered in court, and I've seen the court speaking clearly that agreement between parties are not mere papers. They are, once they have been adopted in court, they are court orders. So what we are saying is that for the council governors, especially not finalizing of this CBA, they are in contempt of the court order. And therefore, for us, when we go on strike, we are enforcing the court orders. We are seeking to enforce the court orders.
Okay.
You know, we had several chairs in the council of governors. Before Paranya, we had who?
Before
Munya. Munya. Before Munya was Isaac Ruto. I think so. Then tukakuja tuka transition kutoka Oparanya tukaenda with this, nafikiri tukaenda kwa mama Waiguru akapeka amepokeza mwingine. So tuko hapo. Hao watu wote wamenegotiate one CBA. But
8 years.
8 years. How watu wote wamenegotiate one CBA and they have no CBA they can say this was my work. You understand?
Yes.
So let me say another item that we had an agreement because it apply for both. It is promotion and resignation.
Yes.
In 2016, we had issues with our scheme of service, and we felt like it was an outdated. People had outgrown it because of progressing. So we pushed for its review. So then the Council of Governors participated along with the Ministry of Health and the Public Service Commission. So when we had reviewed it in 2017, tukaambia no. Public Service, Ministry of Public Service ikasema we are shifting from scheme of service to career guideline. So wakatoa barua akasema those schemes that were on review to be used at draft stage. Hizo barua ziko. So county wakakataa kuitumia. Ministry of Health wakaendelea kuitumia. So wao wakarevert wakaendelea kutumia 2014 scheme for clinical officers, which is an outdated and does not put and project clinical officers clearly in terms of their service. Job description.
Yes.
So therefore, we felt like we have a responsibility as the leaders to push for this document so that then it creates a good working environment for clinical officers. So since 2016 we have been working for that career guideline until 2024. During that strike, one of the demand we had was to ratify the career guideline for clinical officer, which has been ready since 2018 and not ratified until 2024. So when it is ratified, we expected promotion to be done in tandem, convert, then promote. So Ministry of Health has actually done their promotion for all the workers. In counties, we had agreed that was to be done before actually 60 days after the agreement, but not later than 30th September.
You know, and this is why a health commission would actually come very much into play, because
to cement that only 13 counties have fully implemented and a majority have not implemented. Now utapata the Council of Governors sitting there and saying we are not implementing the career guideline that came from the Public Service Commission. We have to come up with our own, and even protesting that the Council of Governors, the Public Service Commission has no mandate to prepare policies for. As they speak about that, all the other scheme of service they have come from the same institution. The reason is they want just to cause chaos. They just want to feel good that they are the one who have upper hand. It's power. Can I call it power wrangle between the Minister of the national government and the Council of Governors? Council of Governors want to stamp authority that we are the one who make a decision about what is there. Not about motivating workers, not ensuring that they create a working environment that motivate workers. No. So that's why I said that the council of governors from time to time, they are proven to be against healthcare workers.
George, it's not just the council of governors. We elect leaders who are infected by a certain ailment.
Yes.
That it's like they think and believe that once they're elected, their job is to jostle for power and to determine and to demonstrate who is more powerful than the other and who does what. The conversation about the Mwananchi is never there.
Yes.
Whether it is the health worker, whether it is the farmer, it's never there. If it's there, it's in a public rally. But their utterances when it comes to, because everything you're saying was, how do you make the lives of these group of Kenyans better? No, we can't have it because again, they revert that discussion to them. We must have the final say. We must. A group of people who have demonstrated conclusively they're incompetent to run their counties. They now want you to give them the power to do things which the things they were supposed to do, they have not been able to do. How do you give them? How do you allow them to have more power?
Gentlemen, we have come to the end of the show. Unfortunately, I have to cut this off right now because we need to get into the news. But
you don't want me to mention anything about that issue of promotion first?
All right, 10 seconds.
Allow me.
10 seconds.
Like now, we had a strike in Mombasa the other day, and the issue is about promotion and resignation. We have a strike going on in Baringo, and also another one in Marsabit. And all this county, they are not willing to promote. They have not been promoting year after year. We have checked the budget line, and we have clearly seen that there have been budget after year for promotion. For instance, in Marsabit, this year, they had more than the money that let me talk about clinical officer. We needed around 11 million for promotion. They are saying there is no money. So we went to county assembly. The county assembly proved that the money was approved for promotion, more than 128 million. The money is already squandered. There's no money.
Okay.
The governor had taken a tour to Japan, one tour, costing more than 28 million.
Which was enough to just take care of the situation.
To promote people, stabilize the sector. But you choose to go out with 28 million to Japan to benchmark what you don't come and implement.
Thank you, George Gibore. We invite you once again. This conversation definitely cannot just take place in one sitting. So, karibu tena sana, and thank you for gracing our studio once again.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I think you are really supporting the healthcare workers and the Kenyan, because I saw Duale saying that people who are demonstrating are not healthcare workers. But I feel that, by the way, he's sensitizing Kenyan that they need to be demonstrating, because when we are not at work, they're the one who are suffering. Okay. It's not clinical officers. It should be Kenyan. Wakati umeenda hapo sha haifanyi kazi, you are the one to come and demonstrate at the Ministry of Health.
All right.
Yeah.
Radio generation, the sound is fine. Pump it up, turn it high all the time. Let the music move you, let's sway. Radio G's got your jam all day.
Radio Generation, the home of urban soul. This is the Radio Generation News.
Good morning, I'm Soki Brenda. The placement of candidates who start for this year's Kenya Junior School Education Assessment KJSEA is set to begin next week. Education PS Julius Bitok has announced the exercise is expected to be completed by 20th December 2025. Bitok said the placement for senior schools will ensure 100% transition for over 1.1 million learners. He added the date senior schools would open and the pathways all students would be placed into.
By next week, all the students should have known where they have been placed, after which we shall have a 5 days window for revision if they want to revise based on maybe changing preferences, consultations with parents and relatives and so on. We shall give them a room of 5 days.
The government officially commissioned the Sololo Level 4 Hospital in Moyale, Marsabit County. State-of-the-art facility expected to significantly transform healthcare access in the region. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, speaking during the commissioning, said the hospital now offers a wide range of services, including inpatient and outpatient care, emergency and critical care, and diagnostics. Mudavadi also praised the Kenya-America Health Cooperation Agreement, dismissing criticism as misleading propaganda.
Wanataka kuzima ya Kenya na Rwanda ndio hao wana sign na mataifa mengine yako tayari yana sign. Sasa wewe kama Mkenya haujui kwamba kuna wagonjwa, watu wanaumia, kuna watoto wetu wengine labda kwa bahati mbaya, kwa njia nyingine wamepata HIV na nini, lazima wapate madawa ya kuwasaidia. Sasa wewe unaenda kotini kuzuia ili madawa yasifike Kenya. I think tuko na shida sana katika taifa letu.
Kenya is stepping up efforts to revive its tourism sector, aiming to attract 5 million visitors by 2028 and grow annual earnings to more than 1 trillion shillings. This is up from the current figure of just over 400 billion shillings. President William Ruto says tourism remains a key pillar of the economy, sustaining agriculture, cultural industries, and a wide range of businesses that depend on visitor spending.
It's not just about numbers. It's not about the number of tourists. It's about money. Yes. In 2022, from tourism, the numbers were 268 billion in 2022. Last year, 2025, it was 452 billion. Our target is 5 million visitors by 2028.
And the family of Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary Kori Sing'oei is in mourning following the death of his father, Mzee John Kibiego Ole Sing'oei, who passed away from a brief illness. His death was announced by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi on Thursday. The Prime CS, in a message of condolence, highlighted the profound impact Mzee Sing'oei had on his family and community. Ghana has deported 3 Israeli nationals who arrived in the country on Wednesday. The deportations appear to be a tit-for-tat move over the alleged mistreatment of Ghanaian nationals at Ben Gurion International Airport in Israel. 7 Ghanaians, including 4 members of an official delegation attending a cybersecurity conference in Tel Aviv, were allegedly detained without explanation. They were released after 5 hours, while the 3 others were deported. And that's the truth on Radio Generation. I'm Soki Brenda.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Radio Generation. Radio Generation assumes no responsibility or liability for the interviewee's views. This is Radio Generation. In the beginning, there was morning radio. But now there is Radio Generation's The People's Breakfast, curious and bold, getting facts from the shadows.
That's what it is.
Now, as the city wakes and secrets stir, a bright new voice shines. The People's Breakfast, your morning, your voice, your journey. Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Welcome to the home of hard truths and bold insights, Radio Generation.
Welcome back. This is Radio Generation. The time right now is 8 minutes past 8 on Jamhuri Day. In case you've just joined us, happy Jamhuri Day. Siti nimeona DCI wamewish Kenyans a happy Jamhuri Day.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
Alafu watu pale chini kwa comment section ya X.
Maziwa wameandika kila kitu
Hati sijui leo simununulie kilo 2 ya nyama. Why do you like disturbing DCI like this? These guys are just chilling, bana, and mnawasumbua. Someone else has written, I hope I find it. I don't know if I'll find it. Man. But anyway, Kenyans like telling the DCI very flowery things. Kuna mwingine amesema, leo DCI mnanishikia pande gani? Mnataka kusumbua DCI, why? Yeah, anyway.
Well, at least the thing is they are commenting.
You're responding.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is a positive thing.
Yeah.
Yes, if they were silent, then I would say, we have
would be having problems.
No, maybe we have issues. Issues are good ones. Your problems
Yeah.
are indicative of negativity.
Yeah.
Say issues, you sort of like water it down a little bit.
Right. Anyway, happy Jamhuri Day to you, DCI Kenya, as well. And as for you Kenyans who keep on telling DCI several things, tafadhali muachane nao jamaa bana. There's someone who's actually told them happy Jamhuri Day to all hawk-eyed officers at DCI. There's nothing to smile about from a guy called Kamba Dude. Kuna mtu amesema niwekeza keg mkuu. Unaambia admin wa DCI kuwekea keg. You know what keg is, right? Okay, sir.
You do know I live in this country, Paul.
Say no more. Say no more. Wacha tusalimiane before I introduce our guest. There's Zach anasema morning RG listening from United States. That is the capital of Somalia. So huyu anatizama, I'm assuming from Minnesota. That's the current trending state. Then there's Banana Peel amesema good morning. Nancy Wandaka, good morning from Stockholm in Sweden. Happy Jamhuri Day. Well, Nancy, happy Jamhuri Day to you too. Lafu Evans what do you say, Evans amesema somebody comparing 2022 tourism figures with 2025 figures is sick. In 2022 we were just slowly getting out of COVID-19 restrictions. We shall have time to talk about COVID-19 and tourism and restrictions and other things. But this particular hour, we want to talk about the Rironi Mau Summit Road and why it is raising eyebrows. We do have in studio a petitioner in the Rironi Mau Summit Highway court case, that is Joyce Wamahio. Joyce, welcome to Radio Generation. I hope I've said your name correctly. Wamahio.
Thank you. True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Why is this road having issues? I mean, we've read a lot of stories in the newspapers, but why did you specifically decide to go to court?
I will not be a good Kenyan if I do not wish the Kenyans happy Jamhuri Day.
Karibu.
I also want to echo what the DCI is saying. Happy Jamhuri Day to Kenyans. And I'm sure the DCI wanted to say maintain peace, but the DCI was very mean with English words, not to write maintain peace.
Okay.
Other than wishing the Kenyans happy Jamhuri Day, it will be out of order if I don't mention about Turfena Mudhoni.
Okay.
A young 22-year-old young girl from the mountain who taught Kenyans that all dreams are varied. And when you dream, the dreams come true. So this morning, as we celebrate Jamhuri Day,
yes,
my heart goes out to all the 22s, the 20s-year-olds, that whatever you decide to dream, that dream will actualize. Because we saw Trufena, a young Sereda girl, hugging a tree for 72 hours, notwithstanding the harsh weather.
Yes.
Notwithstanding the hunger and all manner of so many factors.
Yeah.
So to the Kenyans out there who are celebrating Jamhuri Day, Trufena Mudhoni has given us a relief. And I'm in the same spirit when I'm discussing this issue of petition with you here, so that I want to give a relief. And also to demystify what Kenyans have been saying about this Rironi Mau Summit Road. So today I'm here to discuss about this petition, of course not in much details, as it may be suicidal and also may touch on some lives of some Kenyans.
Okay.
But to discuss and let the Kenyans know what is behind this petition.
Yeah,
just before I conclude,
right,
allow me to wish my villagers from Kinangop happy Jamhuri Day.
Excellent.
Happy Jamhuri Day to all the listeners in Kinangop.
No. Let her wish her family as well.
Yeah. To my beautiful family, this is my 2 daughters and 1 son, and my grandson, my sisters and brothers. Happy Jamhuri Day from your own firstborn, Joyce Wamahio here.
Nice.
Yes.
Makofi ndio haya sasa ninakupatia. I also see that you have a head of state commendation.
True.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Now, tell us about the Mau Rironi Summit Road.
Rironi Mau Summit Road has a history of about 16 years down the line. I'm sure Citid has no idea of the 16-year discussion that the Rironi Mau Summit Road has had. In 1994, I'm sure City was a young Kenyan by then. We used to have, prior to 1984, we used to have tolls. And remember, we had tolls along some roads, including the Nairobi Nakuru Highway. This is at Gilgil.
Yes.
And those tolls were abolished in 1984. Why? They had a lot of issues to deal with in terms of logistics, management, etc. And by then, the technology had not improved like it is today, where corrections and management of roads were not as better as they are today.
Okay.
Come 1984 upwards, and levies were introduced. So tolls were banned and levies were introduced.
Okay.
Road maintenance levy was introduced by then.
In 1994?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it was domiciled in the Ministry of Roads. Much later, it was in terms of cents per liter of fuel for every liter of fuel that you consumed from where you're coming from to this place. You charge about like cents. Then the movement started from cents to 3 shillings to 8. Today is at 25 shillings per liter. This is corrected by EPRA. EPRA has also been correcting other levies in terms of maintaining our roads. So, in essence, the road maintenance levy, this is pure English.
Yeah.
It's all about maintenance. So, for any monies corrected by EPRA, in terms of road maintenance, purely goes to that account of maintaining all our roads. Rironi Mausamit Road. We already have a current road that is running from Rironi to Mausamit. It is not a new road that is being developed.
Okay.
So the government is improving and maintaining and managing already an existing road. So it's not developing a new road altogether.
Yes.
If you look into where we had the issues of the southern bypass, the northern bypass, the eastern bypass, initially some of those roads were never there. What the government did, it built new roads altogether. So when we come to the issue of EPRA, how much is corrected per liter? It's about 100 shillings per liter.
This is now for the fuel levy, the road maintenance levy.
This is for the fuel. EPRA collects all the levies, all the levies that are...
They total to 100 shillings.
They total to 100 shillings.
Okay.
Now, where does EPRA... where is the money corrected by EPRA go to? It goes to the consolidated account. So, and these monies are corrected daily.
Yeah.
We have about 20,000 vehicles on a holding factors constant. 20,000 vehicles, each consuming, say, a minimum of, say, like 2,000. I do not want to engage City with mathematics. He was not good in mathematics.
No, I was actually very poor in mathematics.
I knew, the spirit told me.
Yes, I was not good at that. Was never my strong point at all. At all.
Yeah.
So, the mathematicians, of which Joyce is a mathematician,
okay,
EPRA collects about 6 billion for every 1 month. Yes.
So those 100 bobs they collect from me amount to 1 billion.
And all the 20,000 units that ply the Kenyan routes. KRA collects also levies from on behalf of the motorist through NTSA.
The license fees.
When you're importing your vehicles.
The registration.
The IDFs, the import duties, the excess duty. Again, plus or minus KRA collects about 2 billion. Before we leave our seats, the EPRA account has about 8 billion in terms of gross figure.
Okay.
If we are to factor in administration cost of, say, plus or say 10%, so we still have a maintenance levy that is intact of about 7 billion per month.
Joyce, I just want to interrupt you briefly. When you said the 20,000 vehicles, was that just a figure for purpose of discussion, or was it an actual figure?
This is an actual figure, and you need to visit the EPRA site.
The number of registered vehicles in this country are close to 2.4 million, not 20,000. So I'm assuming you meant a bigger figure. That's why, because 20,000 is few.
We assuming, you know the figures are Article 35. EPRA has not been giving out enough data. So perhaps Joyce decided to keep her vehicle at home. We decided to pull the three of us. So nobody has the actual data of the nobody
roads.
has the information literally.
The car on the roads.
The car on the roads. And even today, EPRA will not tell you the number of liters used per day.
In that, you and I in agreement, because 20,000 is few. So if they declare that, I was thinking of, now this is me not knowing maths, but let me just forge ahead. 20,000 is a factor of 2.4 million.
This is it.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, because 10% of 2.4 is 240,000. Okay,
Yes.
1%. So, in essence, you're talking about 1%.
1%.
How can that be representative of the vehicles?
It is not. It is not representative.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Article 35, access to the information. When we are denied that information, you communicate every day and every week to the state officers. Kindly avail this information. Those letters will fall on deaf ears. They've deliberately agreed not to give out information. So we deal.
Yeah, just so I'm sorry. You have written, or someone else has written, or when you say letters, who sends these letters?
Joyce Wamahio and others belong to an association called Kenya Motorist Association of Kenya.
Yes.
Of which the three of us in this room are members by default.
Okay.
Now, Motorist Association of Kenya has about 2 million road users.
This is according to your records.
This according to our records. The petitioners of this case are about 750,000. Not the four of us, because it is Motorist Association of Kenya.
Yes.
And its membership plus now the officials.
Okay.
Now this discussion have been going on since 2009. Why? When Nairobi Thika Highway was being developed by the third president of this country,
Mwai Kibaki.
Mwai Kibaki, they wanted to toll Nairobi Thika Highway. On one hand, you are correcting you are correcting levies from MEPRA. You are correcting budgeted cost from the exchequer.
Right.
And on the other hand, you want to correct tolls. We had a candid discussion. We petitioned the president on Nairobi Thika Road through the CS. And in essence, they saw the point that you cannot toll and correct levy. So that idea was abandoned. That's why we do not have tolling on Nairobi Thika Highway.
Okay.
And in essence, Nairobi, Keno, Maua, Marsabit, Moyale, Madera, exiting all the way from Kenya.
Now, the reason I was asking you who writes these letters is because now I wanted to understand the context, and now you've explained it to me. So you send these letters to who? To EPRA, NTSA, and all these other organizations, or who do you send it to?
To the CS. To the CS roads.
Okay.
To the CS roads.
All right.
Yes.
And you're saying there's no response?
At times, this I would call a 10% response, because in like a span of 2 or 3 years, you get one letter responded to you, and even what is responded, it is not structured. Fast forward, Dogokudu Road was developed.
The one in Mombasa now.
The one in Mombasa. The same idea was floated in to toll Dogokudu Road. We still sat down and discussed, why do you need to toll Dogokudu Road? You are correcting levies. You are not accounting for the levies that you are correcting. Why do you need to toll the roads?
Yes.
Then the leadership of the fourth government, led by Uhuru Kenyatta,
yes,
the CS said, in essence, there's no need of tolling. Nairobi, Rironi Mausamit Road have been there from about 16 years ago, 2009. Because it was bad using 3 roads. Nairobi Thika Road, Rironi opening the eastern side of Kenya.
Yes.
Opening the northern side of Kenya and opening the southern side of Kenya. So that discussion have been there. So fast forward, way back in 2023, we started this discussion again when that road was, 2022. The fourth president decided to give that road to some French construction company.
Yes.
To expand, to do the dual road, to do the dual ring, and to do the tolling. we told the president and the CS in essence that the Kenyan taxpayers and the motorists have no wars and queries with you in terms of drawing.
Yes.
Because we are paying our taxes. And we want to use good roads. This road needs to be dual. Why? At times you have a lot of traffic around this period, the festive period.
Yeah.
When you have accidents, managing the accident scenes like Nairobi, Nakuru Highway becomes a nightmare. But do not toll those roads. So the message have been no tolling.
Yes.
Because in essence you are paying levies. So that discussion have been there. Some persons, I'm sure you've seen in the social media, they are saying the motorists, we are objecting the tolling of the road. I mean the dualling of the road. No. And in essence, we are asking the president, Kaidre, the 2,000 and 2,500 kilometers that you intend to do, fast track the process.
Yeah.
Between you and me, we do not have a choice in terms of paying taxes.
Yes.
Every day when you enter into a fuel petrol station, you pay taxes.
Yes.
So in essence, we need to get service for the taxes that we are paying. So during President Kaidre go ahead and do all the roads. But when it comes to tolling, Kaidre do not toll the roads. Why? Other than what I've said in terms of the cost implication.
Yes.
When they decided to do the Rironi Summit Road, the Sigososta company. We did not have a public announcement of companies to tender.
There was no tendering process.
There was no tendering process.
Yes.
They decided to adapt what was there during the leadership of the fourth president. What happened this year? They cancelled the tender that had been awarded. They cancelled the
French
process,
company. Yeah.
the process from the French company.
Yes.
The state officers in that office. The costing of that project. This is Nairobi, Rironi, Maimahio, Naivasha section.
Yes.
Having the heavy trucks. The Rironi, Naivasha, Kenogi, Nakuru Highway using for the right passenger vehicles.
Right.
The cost was 160 billion to do all that it takes: the interchange, the culverts, the diversions, etc. That contract was cancelled this year, and because it had been contracted and awarded to a French company, the Kenyan government paid a cost of 6.2 billion Kenya shillings.
Yes.
Gross of contract.
As a cancellation fee of that contract.
As a cancellation fee. So in essence, we have our state officers who are here. City, I give you this contract. Tomorrow I cancel. And that kind of thing.
Why was it cancelled? Why? Is it because the French couldn't do it? Is it because they disagreed? Or is it just because change of government?
Of course, I want to edit my discussion here. Is that there's the East and there's the West. French is from the West.
Yes.
Chinese who are awarded this contract this year are from the East.
So there's no legit reason from where you sit.
There's no legit reason.
Okay.
And it is actually illegitimate. Why? From a cost of 160 billion, what was launched on 28th of November,
yes,
the cost is 200 billion.
And let's not forget there's a cancellation fee of 6.2 billion.
This is it. So in essence, the cost of developing that road is 206.2 billion. Being paid by the Kenyans. Another issue that we need to take care of, we need to discuss. You bring in a concessionaire. This is the China Road.
Yes.
Construction company.
Right.
You also rope in the NSSF. Kaidre look into our constitution, the scope of NSSF. It is purely to manage our pension, not to venture into any commercial investments whatsoever. In the past, NSSF have invested in real estate, and they've collapsed. So in essence, the pension contribution from the contributors have been lost.
Yes.
You did not consult. There was no public participation touching on NSSF. I went to about 4 public participation exercises that were done.
Okay.
And it was never about NSSF being a concessionaire. It was about a private firm. NSSF is not a private firm. It's a public company.
Yeah.
Managing the contributions from managing the pension contributions from Kenya.
Yeah.
The other issue that is of major concern is that this road is being constructed. Constructed using what we call a BOT.
What
For
is
the
a BOT?
purposes for the purposes of English listeners who are listening, BOT is build, operate, and transfer.
That's it.
That we tell today CT, Kaide build this house, operate this house under 30 years, then transfer to Joyce.
Okay.
Rironi Mausamit Road. Is it a new road or an old road?
You've just told us that it exists. It's just dueling.
So building, you know, some of the designers need to go back to the English classes.
Yeah.
Because building is you're starting from
Scratch.
From scratch.
Yeah.
So if it's BOT, build, operate, and transfer, you're building. So if you're building, why don't you look for private road?
And build your own Mausamit Road.
This is it. Because it is build, operate, and transfer. It is not about managing already built road. It is about build, new building. So in essence, even the designers of the project itself were misleading Kenyans.
Joyce, if I may add something. If what they're doing is making what currently exists better, your argument would hold a lot of water. If under what some people say is a PPP, which they say this is what we're seeing, the plan is to build many lanes.
True.
Some like 4 lanes. The 4 lanes don't exist now. So if they are going to build those, then you could argue that they are building something that wasn't there. However, I need to understand this BOT because I find it confusing. The one project that I have heard labeled as such is this expressway.
Yeah, true.
And that one confuses me even further.
And the SGR.
And there's
Those ones now confuse me even more. Because on the one hand, you're being told, let's start with the SGR. It was that. But on the other hand, we are being told we have paid for it. So if we've already paid for it, then what are you talking about? It's already ours. So this issue of why are you transferring to us what we've actually already paid for? Unless you have a different understanding of the terms of reference.
And that's why Joyce is insisting they go back to the dictionary.
Let's go. This is pure SGR. It was not built along the Kenya Railway line. They acquired a brand new road altogether.
Yes, they did not reconstruct or repair with that old line.
This is it.
They created a new one.
Look at Express Road, Expressway.
It's new.
They did not use our old Nairobi Mombasa Road.
Nope.
So it is literally the English word, build.
They
So
built
built.
it. It didn't exist.
It didn't exist.
They've
they
made
built.
it. Yes.
Now, let us focus to Lironi Mau Summit. You start from Kamadora. We already have a road at Kamadora. So you are coming to undo the road that is there and improve. So you are not doing a BOT.
So what you're saying is in the strictest terms of the BOT,
Yes.
the Rironi Mau Summit Highway already exists. Yes. So you are not. You can't say that you're creating it because it already exists.
What you need to do is to improve.
Yes.
Is it in good condition, that road?
It is in good conditions, but on some sections.
Okay.
Look at between Nairobi and Naivasha. That road is good. Look at Naivasha, Gilgil up to where we have the toll station for the trucks. That road is relative. Look at towards Kikope area. That road is super. All the way to pipeline in Nakuru. What you needed to do was to expand. So if you needed to expand, an apparent city, look at the traffic that we have around Nairobi, Rironi, Mau Summit Road. Does it warrant 6 lanes? No. We do not have huge traffic. The only road that we have huge traffic is Nairobi Express. Why? It caters for the CBD, the airport, and part of the industrial area.
But sikuna kwanga na traffic, especially during the World Rally Championships when people are heading there. Christmas
that is periodical.
That is an event, bwana.
That is periodical.
That road and its existence dates back to the 1930s.
Yes.
That's when it was first tarmacked. And the understanding, remember, the understanding of the railway was to get us to Uganda.
Yes, yes.
Now, the road was to help create a network where trade can actually be enhanced with our landlocked neighbors, say Uganda and Rwanda. Okay? Now, how much road we actually need to make this a greater possibility, I am not an expert, so I cannot speak. Because what we call the old road, those of us who grew up in a town called Nakuru, we know there was the old road. Okay? Yes. This road that people use, most people don't know that it's actually new.
It's new.
It's actually quite new. The old road is used by trucks as we currently speak. Okay? So as for them not to be on this. But if you are to have a dual carriageway, now this is where now public participation is useful.
True.
Because you would sell the idea and explain to us why 6 lanes are important as opposed to 8 or as opposed to 4.
To 10.
Yes. Then we would say, I may not agree with you, but I have understood what it is you're saying. But in this case, you just hear the lanes being thrown at you and you're wondering, okay, we've heard. Why? Okay. Why these number of lanes and not others? See, again, public participation, in my opinion, if it has been had, has it been had?
No, it has not been had.
Yeah. Help me understand also. This road along Maimahiu, is that part of that Mau Summit Road?
It is part of the project. It's part of the BQ, the huge BQ.
Okay.
To do the Rironi, Mutarakwa, Maimahiu, Naivasha.
Yes.
This is to enhance more on the heavy trucks.
Yes.
And then to improve on this is to catch now the catchment area of the Narok area. You open up Narok area, Kericho, Bomet, all the way to Kisumu. Then the Rironi Mau Summit will also open up in east traffic on the northern side of Kenya. Where do we have huge traffic snarl-ups? This is only literally Kimende. The towns that are only adjacent to the road. How many towns are adjacent to that road?
Okay.
Kimende. The upper side of Naivasha is not heavily populated. Gilgil, out of question. And Nakuru. So only 2 towns literally
causing traffic. And where we have like now the major town of Rukata, the Kijabe area, and we have a lot of huge accidents on that road because of the entry towards the hospital, which can be managed through an overpass or an underpass. But in essence, not creating like 4 lanes or even 6 lanes or even 10 lanes. All right.
In terms of the traffic along that route, other than the private vehicles and say the 3-ton, the 7-ton, the trucks that leave Kinagop to bring potatoes to this place or even around in Rekipia area, we do not have very huge traffic that would warrant 200 billion construction of road.
Okay.
Hoping it's clear.
You're now educating me. I'm getting it very clearly.
The other factor is alternatives. Public roads in Kenya are public assets that you're entitled. This is entitled. So they're saying that they are going to restrict that you must use Lironi Mau Summit Road.
Yeah.
There's no alternative. Now, if there is an alternative because they have provided, this is where the other mind-boggling issue is coming in. You have to go use the Gong Suswa. Gong Suswa, then you drop to Narok area, then you towards Kericho, Bomet, Kisumu.
Yeah.
For those persons like Joyce who go to Kinagop, if I have to go to flyover where I come from, I must go to Nairobi Thika, join Magumu Kanyoni route, go to a place we call Jabini. Why are you punishing Kenyans? If city lives in Uthiru, let's take Uthiru.
Yes.
I do not we want to use Lironi Mau Summit Road. So he will be asked to drive towards Gong Suswa.
Yes.
Drop to Narok. If he is going to Kisumu, then
come all the way from Ruiru into Nairobi.
Yes.
Then Ngong Road.
Yes.
Go all the way to Ngong.
This is it. Then drop through Suswa. Why are you punishing motorists? Why?
The fuel.
The time. The traffic. Are those roads been improved so that they can allow for alternatives? My own road, Magumu Kanyoni Thika Road, it's in terrible state. So if you tell potholes, and it closes through the forest, the Kinare forest, we have the animals, so we have the animals crossing. The elephants. So in essence, you're endangering the lives of these people. What of in terms of time? If I wanted to go to address my sick mother in the village,
yes,
and I'm being asked to go through Gong Suswa so that I can access Naivasha, don't you think you are punishing Kenyans?
So now, this petition, what is in it?
One, that dual all the roads, but don't toll. Dual all the roads, don't toll.
Yeah.
There's no tolling policy in Kenya.
Yes.
That is the worrying part of it. It carried for you the proposed tolling. And I would want to share with you.
Okay.
Kenya says it is charging 8 shillings per kilometer, which was not captured in our public discussion forums.
Okay.
Because what I've realized, Article 10, you want to conform with Article 10 of the Constitution that you need to do public participation. But you become deliberate in terms of the issues that you want to raise with the members who are attending that forum.
Yeah, so they're not completely honest.
They are not being honest. And in essence, even in future, I would pray members of radio generation who are listening, when you go for any public participation, start recording your own. So that on event, something else is brought forward. You cannot bring forward, because in essence we trust the process, but the persons running the process of public participation
can't be trusted.
Can't be trusted.
So 8 shillings per kilometer.
Kenya says is charging 8 shillings per kilometer.
How many kilometers are they?
Assuming
charging whom?
That will be the toll charge.
They are charging our city.
Yes, that's what I'm wondering. So essentially, do they know where I'm going when they see me on that road for them to charge me?
Yes, they know that you're going to Kisumu now. City, I want you to read for us this document.
The CCT huyu anaenda Kisumu huyu.
Hakuna mahali huyu anaweza kwenda. Huko anapitia tu. Destination inajulikana.
Kisumu.
Yes.
Your name betrays you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes. Do you want me to read the toll cost table?
Yes, read the toll cost.
A breakdown. Okay, this is a motorist news, all right? Okay. The breakdown of financial impact on motorists, route, distance. Okay? There's distance.
Zero into.
Okay, there's toll cost, then one-way toll, refund, trip toll. Those are the variables, okay?
Yes.
Nairobi to, you want me to look at Rironi?
Summit cars.
Okay, I was just getting carried away to read the others. Okay, Rironi Mau Summit cars 170. That's the distance.
Yes.
Okay, cost per shilling is 13 shillings. One way toll, yani ukilipa mara moja, 2,210.
Yes.
Round trip,
yes.
Ukiuliza in Kenya shillings, is just double that amount, 4,420.
This is it. So it is not even 8 shillings per kilometer. From the documents that they gave us later, this is the figure, 13 shillings. But they want to entice Kenyans with 8 shillings.
Hold on, Joyce. Help me understand. On top of the fuel that I have fueled to go to Kisumu.
Yeah, well done.
Yes.
And unakaribishwa. Yes.
Nimeweka gari yangu mafuta.
Full tank.
Let's assume nimeweka 10,000 shillings.
Full tank.
Na umelipa levy.
Umelipa levy.
Ukinua hiyo ushalipa levy tayari.
Now, because of course nikifika Kisumu after enjoying myself, I'll need to come back.
This is it.
It would help tremendously. Yes.
Yeah. So there's 10,000 just to go this way, 10,000 fuel to come this way. That's already 20,000.
Yes.
10 plus 4,000.
No. Rironi up to Mau Summit is Nakuru is about 100 and up to Mau Summit is about 170.
Yes.
So to where city comes from is about 380.
Yes.
So multiply. We said CT is not a mathematician. So
definitely
13
not.
13 shillings times 400. That's about 5,000.
Yeah, 5,200 actually.
Yes. So to round trip Nairobi, Kisumu and Kisumu back.
10,400.
On top of the 20,000.
Of fuel.
10,000.
So basically I need roughly 30 something thousand just to travel
Say
on this
40,000.
road.
No. Just being in your
On the
car,
road.
having fueled it,
Yes.
and using that road, nothing more.
Yes.
You have not passed by Buffalo Mall.
No.
Okay. Ununua chai.
Sijakula nyama Kikopei.
No, you've done nothing of that sort.
You've done express.
If you just unaenda umerudi, brother, 30K.
40.
As I told you, my math is not good.
This is it.
The point is that's
a rip-off.
of money.
Rip-off, not a lot of money. Rip-off. Now, take for the now that is road trip. Go to the commercial. Go to the public vehicles. How many times do Moro Line? Sorry to use that. Moro Line.
Oh no, Moro Line is known.
Yes. How many times does it make a trip to Nairobi? Say like thrice.
Yeah.
So for the public vehicle, it is paying 5,780. Give it about 6,000.
One trip.
No, Nairobi and back.
Okay.
So if you have to do 3 trips, you have to pay
15,000.
18,000.
Yeah, 18,000. Yes.
I was to use CT as an example. CT is a passenger in that public vehicle. Who will bear the cost?
Me. The passenger will bear that cost.
This is
because
it. Because you compare the same to me as the driver, the owner of Moro Line. I'll bring down to the cost to city. So
because they have to make a profit.
Kenyans who have been paying 500 shillings from Nairobi to Nakuru and back, that's 1,000. 6,000 have been added per trip. No, 12,000 have been added per trip. So divide 12,000 by 14 people. So you'll be paying 800 shillings from Nairobi to Nakuru.
And they'll definitely round it off to 1,000.
This is it.
Yes.
Aha.
So now.
Even before you ask that question.
Okay.
This is discriminatory. Persons like Joyce going to Mulima, using Nairobi Thika, Keno, Isiolo Meru, we do not pay tolls. When city want to go to Mombasa to bask in the sandy beaches, he's not paying any toll from Nairobi. Mtito Adei, Voi, this is not all station.
In fact, unaanza na Salama.
Hata unaanza na Salama ama Mlolongo.
As we continue, Machakos turn off.
Unaanza na Malili, Salama, Kibwezi.
Yes.
Sasa hiyo vio ziko chini unasikia the breeze. There's no toll. Use Gong Road where we are seated behind. If you want to go towards Gong, there are not all stations. Which other section of the road that we've not captured? You are going to Kagudo Road, where you come from. Hakuna toll.
Iko tu sawa. Nywe.
Natembea nywe. Come to Joyce and Associates who come from Kinagop, the potato growing area.
Sasa nyinyi ndio mnatutolea pesa yote.
Sasa hapo ndio kiboko iko. Why you discriminate to the Kenyans? If other Kenyans are using the roads toll free, why do you want to touch on the rights of the people who are going to Western Kenya?
Why are you punishing CT and Joyce?
Why are you punishing CT and Joyce? Why are you punishing Awekesa, Awafura, who is going to Western Kenya?
Wepunguru.
So in essence, this is discrimination. Kaidre, if a law in Kenya need to apply, let it be fair to everybody.
Sure.
Don't punish CT and Joyce and allow anybody else, Juma, to go to Mombasa when there are no costs involved. So in essence, these are the key areas that we want them to be addressed. That people from Western Kenya are being charged to go to Western Kenya, but people from Kagudo Road, hawaguzwi. People from Thika, hawaguzwi.
Yeah.
Let us be fair.
Do you know what I find? What I find strange?
Yes.
Is in 1994 when this road maintenance levy was introduced.
Yes.
It was not ambiguous. the tolls were abolished, finished.
This is it.
That was the reason. And in my mind, it was a really smart idea. You know why? You can't escape. So long as your vehicle is fueled, you can't escape. Whether you're in public transport, private transport, it doesn't matter what it is. Everybody pays. And my pleasant shock was when I'd see a big sign, this road is maintained
by RMF.
Yes. I looked and I said, my goodness, this thing is actually working. But now when you're telling me that the figures of vehicles that you're being given are the ones you mentioned, and I know that the cars that are registered in this country are 2.4 million or thereabout, even if only half
of them use the road,
even if a quarter only use the road, the amount of money we're talking about is a colossal amount.
Let me ask something. Is this happening anywhere else in the world? This tolling of roads? We like comparing ourselves to, the likes of Korea, Singapore, and all that. Could you be having information about whether a place like the US, for example, they have similar tolling?
They have similar tollings, but they are guided by a toll policy.
Okay.
So there are several countries in the world that are operating tolls, but they are guided by a toll policy. Go to our Kenyan constitution. We do not have a toll policy. And apparently, what we have is a draft toll policy. And it is there today. And it says that the minister anaweza amka siku moja amue ni barabara gani itawekwa toll. A minister anaweza amua ni barabara gani itawekwa toll. And that is why they picked Nairobi, Rironi Mau Summit. Other countries where tolling have been, this toll policy are working effectively. In Africa, where do we have tolls? Look at South Africa. We have good roads. Tolling is working. When we even don't go to the US, to the abroad, we come to Africa. In Uganda, do you have toll policy? Do you have tolls? Zero. Zero. Why? You cannot correct taxes from one side and toll the citizens. You need to be you need to take care of your citizens. These are citizens who belong to that country, and they are faithful in paying taxes. And even when you are fueling your car, you're not frowning, you're not crying, you're happy. You are telling the fuel attendant, just a tank,
make a full tank,
because you know you are paying taxes to your country. The owners of providing services in this country rise with our government. Serikali yetu tukufu tumekupatia our taxes. Unatuitisha 100 shillings tunakupatia. But kindly maintain these good roads for us.
Another question.
Yes.
Because this is also hesabu nimekuwa nikiona ikifanywa sana na experts wenye wanafanya hizi hesabu kama wewe sasa.
Yes.
In terms of just if they were to add say like 10 shillings on top of this so many levies that we have to the fuel,
yes,
would it be a better option as opposed to tolling that road?
True. If holding factors constant, assuming there's transparency, accountability, if the CS roads tells us that what you've given me in terms of levies is not enough, if you did a public discussion, if we did a public discussion and ask the Kenyans that what I have against the expenses of this country is not enough, I intend that we add 40 shillings, Kenyans will do it. It is not a continuous 40 shillings. It is a periodical, because we are not doing these roads every single day.
Yes.
Developing these roads need to be systematic. There's no need of waking up in the morning, say that you're going to do Rironi Mau Summit Road. Why don't you do 10 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 10 kilometers? You've been correcting 6 billion. What have you been doing with the 6 billion that you've been correcting per day? Per month. You can develop these roads systematically. You do not need to allow the road to deteriorate. For you to build that road, for you to repair that road, for you to improve on that road. So if we have systems that are working, let us continually maintain and improve our roads. If the CS roads feels that he needs to collect more monies from Kenyans, let him break down to the Kenyans the figures that he's been correcting the expenses that you've been incurring, and then tell the Kenyans, this is what I need. Early last week, early this week, the president had brought in the issue of the infrastructure fund. That is a positive discussion. But do we have a policy towards the infrastructure fund? We do not. Have the public been involved in terms of the creation of the infrastructure fund? They've been not. Because apparently, ask CT, what is there in the infrastructure fund? Atakwambia ni majina ya Kizungu. You literally have no idea what is there in the infrastructure fund. We do not have a board in place that can run this infrastructure fund. My mother in the village has no idea about the infrastructure fund. So why don't you break down? Come from the offices, come and sit down with the motorist. What you've been paying to me is not enough.
Actually, if you were to speak honestly about something like the infrastructure fund by its very title and name, this levy that we pay, which was in lieu of the toll,
yes,
they're supposed to have the same function.
Yes.
It is purposed for projects. You don't build a road every day. You build it, it's built.
Yes.
You may repair it in the future, and the future is not immediate.
No.
If you have other things you need to do, like infrastructure development, that same process can fund that.
This is it.
If as we speak now, we are using a component of the levies we have in fuel to build what we now know as the this stadia, it's called the
Talanta
Stadia, through the process of securitization. It is the same thinking. These things you want to do with the infrastructure bond are actually a mirror of what this levy and the fund that keeps it should do. We already actually have an infrastructure bond without calling it an infrastructure bond. We have it.
Yes, we have
a fund, rather, not bond fund. If you wanted to do more and we know what we need to do and it's been listed, then the additional funding comes in. We say, look, because we want to build A, B, C, D, E, F, we are going to add another 40 shillings to this fuel so that we can do A, B, C, D.
And then even if you want to add CT, it is not for long. It is periodical.
That's why it's for a specific, it's a purpose. You want to build this and then it is over. We want to do this.
It's over.
That money exists.
You know, the interesting thing is what? If, again, let's go with the 40 shillings that we're talking about here. If we were to add that to the fuel, for instance, do you know it would actually take a short time to amass that money?
This is it.
Of course it would. You see, even if you wanted to put this so-called affordable housing, same mechanism. You just need to say, this is what it's going to cost. If we add this amount and this is the population who use this, we'll be able to do this over a period. Once it's done, you no longer need that money.
You go back to the...
Yes, you no longer need that. Now, if you need the money again, you go back to the citizenry and say, we now want to put up this. So we're going to do this, and that's how we're going to do it.
CT Kenyans love paying taxes. Be transparent enough. Tell them that I want to do not even the 2,500 kilometers. I want even to do 20,000 kilometers. This is what I intend to do. Bring it to the public, transparently and with accountability. Kenyans will do it because, in essence, we've seen the kind of good roads have opened villages. Today, Nairobi initially used to be a nightmare along Gong Road. The crazy traffic around Wayakiwe. But today, because of the opening of all these roads, we are moving.
Of the bypasses and
of
what
the
have
bypasses. We are moving. So tell Kenyans what you intend to do. And Kenyans are good in terms of taxes. They'll pay. But when you bring an opaque process, Kenyans will stop you on your track and tell you, this road belongs to all of us. Kaide do not sit in boardrooms and make decisions for us because we are the users of this road. Motorists are the ones who are paying for these roads. And apparently in this country, motorists contribute more taxes than any other person.
Yeah.
The ripple effect of touching the lives of motorists goes a long way to affecting the lives of these Kenyans. Kaidri, to the leadership of the road state agency, go back to the drawing board, expurge the touring, the BQ and the touring, and maintain the BQ and touring. Improve on all our roads in Kenya. Improve on all our roads. If we have to do tolling on roads, do a tolling policy.
Yes.
Take it to the National Assembly. Let it undergo a public participation, and Kenyans will support you. But don't force it through our throats, because when you force it through our throats, you cannot take money from our pockets. We need to learn to coexist between each other. You cannot force us to exist with you.
I want us to take a short break. Then when we get back, of course, I read some of the comments here on social media. People are having some very interesting comments. And then also I have a few questions about another project that I've had. Kuna Jengo Expressway ya kuenda all the way mpaka Mombasa. So we shall definitely touch on that. Right now though, here is the news with Winnie Maganga.
It's 9 o'clock.
The sound is fine, pump it up, turn it high, all the time. Let the music move you, let's sway. Radio G's got your jam all day.
Radio Generation, the home of urban soul. This is the Radio Generation News.
Good morning, I'm Soki Brenda. The government has assured parents that school fees will remain unchanged ahead of the country's first full transition into senior school under the competency-based education curriculum. Education Cabinet Secretary Migos Ogamba clarified that the ongoing reclassification of schools into clusters will not affect the cost of education. Basic Education PS Dr. Julius Bitok says the placement of 1.13 million learners who start the 2025 KJSEA is already in progress following earlier school selections. He expressed confidence in achieving 100% transition, noting that the country has sufficient capacity to absorb all learners. Students are expected to know their senior school placement by Christmas ahead of reporting on January 12th. The Kenya Union of Clinical Officers has announced that its members will begin a nationwide strike on the 23rd of this month, accusing the government of pushing them to the brink. Kenya Union of Clinical Officers CEO George Gibore says the decision follows repeated failures by authorities to honor agreements reached in past negotiations. Speaking on Radio Generation during the breakfast show, said clinical officers have continually signed return to work agreements with the Council of Governors and the Ministry of Health, including a CBA with clear timelines.
I think we are not the one who want to strike. It is the government who is forcing us to go on strike. And the reason is we have agreements after agreements that are never implemented. And in this case, in 2024, as you may remember, we had close to 7-month national strike. And it ended up we signed a return to work with the Council of Governors and the Ministry of Health with specific agreements which had timeline. And one of the item of agreement was the CBA, Collective Bargaining Agreement. The clause was specifically stating that we shall finalize on the CBA within 90 days from the date of agreement. That is like the Council of Governors, we agreed on 8th of July, and then we signed one with the Minister of Health on 18th of July. So with the Minister of Health, it's true that we commenced the negotiation because there were around 2 items which were still pending then, and we had an agreement which then we went out to seek concurrences from the Treasury, because Treasury must fund. This CBA have been negotiated for more than 8 years, and a CBA has a life cycle of 4 years. That's 2's life cycle.
Kenya has achieved a major global milestone after being selected as the first African country to host the World Geothermal Congress in 2029. The win follows strong diplomacy led by President William Ruto, whose engagements with global leaders, including the German Chancellor, helped position Kenya as the ideal host. The country's leadership in geothermal development further strengthened its bid on the world stage. Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi welcomed the announcement, saying the Congress will draw investors, scientists, engineers, and policymakers from across the globe. He noted that the 2029 gathering will open new doors for investment and partnerships, solidifying Kenya's standing as a regional and global leader in clean energy.
7 in terms of geothermal production. This is a testament, the award, that now we are cemented as the Africa's leader, and through that we are going to also help our African countries. We are in Eswatini trying to help them get geothermal, Malawi, Zambia, Tanzania.
We have earned a place in the annals of history as the first African nation to host the World Geothermal Congress. This is not merely victory. It's a strong statement that Africa is no longer on the sidelines of the global energy conversation. Africa is at the core and is indeed shaping it, that conversation.
And that's the truth on Radio Generation. I'm Soki Brenda.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Radio Generation. Radio Generation assumes no responsibility or liability for the interviewee's views. This is Radio Generation. In the beginning, there was morning radio. But now there is Radio Generation's The People's Breakfast, curious and bold, getting facts from the shadows.
That's what it is.
Now, as the city wakes and secrets stir, a bright new voice shines. The People's Breakfast, your morning, your voice, your journey. Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Welcome to the home of hard truths and bold insights, Radio Generation.
Welcome back. This is Radio Generation on the People's Breakfast, where we discuss serious issues such as the Mau Rironi. Is it the Rironi Mau Summit Road? Yeah, the time right now is 6 minutes past 9 o'clock.
It's actually highway, it's not road.
Yes,
It's a highway.
Yes. And I said I was going to come back and read a couple of comments. Yeah, let me see. Copy. Oh yeah, here we start with the Sam 58 598 amesema, why do we still at 60 plus years can't do our roads? Why do we have engineering faculty in our universities? How much money could we be saving? Good question here. We always have these engineers that we are graduating every other year from Kenyatta University, University of Nairobi, na hizo zingine zote kina JKUAT. Kwani hawezi tengeneza barabara zetu? Why do we need to go to France, or now we are in China? Why?
We have great brains. This country has great brains. I think somebody is out to frustrate our education system. We have said NSSF, let's assume all factors constant, NSSF is contributing towards the doing of Liron Mau Summit. So if NSSF is doing will fund, assuming factors constant, why won't you go to China? Why not give a CT and Sons engineering company?
Yeah.
So in essence, even the bringing in of foreigners in this country is meant to frustrate the local brains. So I concur with that comment that we have better brains in this country. Somebody is out to frustrate our good brains.
Yeah.
There is what you say, I believe, can be supported by some evidence, but history tells me this. Up until the presidency of Mwai Kibaki, we had local contractors.
Yes.
Unfortunately, with time, we label them briefcase contractors.
Yes.
You would know because there'd be a huge poster indicating this road, the contractor. Hey, that road simply was never being built. Problem. Or if it's built, you pray it doesn't rain.
Yeah?
Yes.
Overnight.
Yeah, because if it rains, overnight, potholes. That's where we even learned the term carpeting the road. So,
yes.
It's a Kenyan term. So instead of the road being built, you unaongeza tu carpet juu yake.
So unasema ya kwamba engineers wetu hawafanyi kazi poa.
No. the civil works, the civil engineers who are involved in road construction. You cannot just lump every civil engineer. Those who are in the business of building roads had a problem in this country. There are many people whom we knew who had been given contracts for roads. We even knew the names.
Yes.
They didn't just grow.
Yeah.
They seemed to grow rich. We saw their trucks. The roads they built, my friend. When Mwai Kibaki came in, he decided, this nonsense, him is not putting up with it. He brought in the Chinese.
Yes.
And things which had seemed difficult or impossible suddenly became very possible.
True.
Roads that we had struggled with suddenly became okay. The Japanese would come in and they would do also, meaning that's where the change came in. It isn't as though we didn't have them.
Even the Germans, yes.
We had them. But, my friend, the nonsense that those fellows involved in the construction roads were involved in this country.
Yes.
Ah, man, no.
And even that, the subjects that are taught in terms of what is taught in terms of the roads, the building of roads, building.
Yeah.
Is uniform across all universities. What's wrong with it's only that we have corruption. We've recognized corruption.
Okay.
Because a China who is building a road, a Japanese who is doing the road, a German who is doing the roads, they're using the same standards and protocols to build the roads.
Yes, they do.
Look at the mixing of the sand and cement. We do not have a formula for Kenya for mixing the sand and cement and a formula for Uganda. The uniform is the same.
Yeah.
But when we have the entrepreneurs who are out to make money, that is when now we started compromising on the quality of our roads. So in essence, the teaching the universities what they are giving us, they are giving us the best.
Paul, there's a road that used to be called Magathi Road, is now called Raila Odinga Road.
Yes.
That's the name of this road given to the individual who was then the Minister for Roads at that point in time. That was a pilot. Okay? For someone who studied in Germany, he understood. Let's call it a concrete road, for lack of a better expression.
Simiti.
Concrete. It is costly, but my friend, some of the guarantees that are given, repair free for 50 years. Yani,
this is it.
50 years, you do not touch that road again.
I've been using that road every single day, going and coming to work, and even before that. And it's been there for years. I have never seen a single pothole on that road.
I asked a civil engineer this once.
Yeah.
Oh, he put it very simply to me. He told me, that road we cannot use because it doesn't allow for variation. I said, what do you mean? He said, a tarmac road allows for variation. If it rains, there's variation you need to add, which means you add more money. If the sun shines too much, you also add. Anything. I said, concrete road, once you build it,
it's a wrap. And apparently, when you're the junction of Gumo,
yes,
because that's where the concrete stops.
Yes.
When you approach the Forces Memorial Hospital,
yes,
you can even hear from the noise of your vehicle.
The tire.
The tire is telling you it's touching on very heavy road. Up to the junction of Timol.
Bus.
That's when you enter Kenya.
Yes. So at the Nairobi Funeral Home, you've entered a different country.
Uko Kenya. But when you're at outside Forces Memorial Hospital,
yes,
that road is good. I wish you could have a replica of that kind of road in all the designated areas. We don't need to have repairs literally.
No.
And like what we are saying before, if we have good and standard roads, the fund that is the infrastructure fund can now be used to do other good roads elsewhere and not retain to maintain those roads.
Joyce, I am of the view that we already have the infrastructure funding. We're not just calling it a fund.
No.
This road maintenance levy is precisely what it is. Because it is something that is accountable, the sources are verifiable.
Yes.
And you know. Because all you need to do as a Kenyan to contribute to it is to take fuel. That's it. And even if you don't, somebody who takes it on your behalf will charge you. So you will pay.
Yeah.
All you need to do is add to that levy whatever arithmetic you do, and as you say, it's a wrap.
We'll actually get to that levy. I've seen a comment here on that levy. Let me see who else is saying something here. My take 2.1, do you really know the amount of time people lose on that road when going to the western side of the country? Yeah, it's something we've actually talked about, yeah, and it's a serious issue. Kuna mtu ameuliza hapa, it's a display of capitalism. That's why some people are against the capitalist system. That's Eric Owor. It's a display of capitalism. Now, if we do go ahead with this tolling, of course, the government or whoever is going to be collecting the money there is going to collect a lot
of money.
If people decide to actually use that route, because you've told us the alternatives are longer.
Yes.
Paul, I want you to change this conversation. We cannot have a discussion around tolling without a policy. We cannot.
We can't.
All the countries of the world that have tolls,
there is a toll policy.
There is a policy that guides it, so you know the technology that you're going to use and why you're using it, and how useful and how it suits the country where you're using it. We are not inventing something here. There are countries that have it, but there has to be a guiding policy for tolls, nothing more. It can't be at the discretion of the minister. No.
Yeah.
It can't be. There has to be
we
a
need
policy.
a toll policy.
Yes.
And we are not objecting to the toll policy. Bring it on board. Let Kenyans are schooled. Let Kenyans go through this document. And apparently, they may even advise you better.
Yes, they'll tell you. That's a
have a toll policy.
Yes.
But don't allow a person who is seated in his office to wake up in the morning and decide to punish
50
some
million.
Kenyans. This is it.
Okay. D Combo amesema sasa hizi ni personal, Wepungulu alikuwa melala. So there's a question here, and you answered it in the previous hour, but I'll ask it again for the sake of someone who's probably just joining us. So this person is asking, why were you not petitioning Gava for not constructing the road? You are only now petitioning against its construction.
I think the reason there need to be quite to expound on his question. Which road was being constructed? Because that road is already there.
Constructed, yes.
That road is already there. What that road needs to be done is to improve. And improving can also be dual, so that you expand on that road. But in essence, we are addressing, and again, it is never late to address a problem. If you realize that there's a problem, we do not have timelines for addressing a problem.
True.
We don't need to wait for the message to be done and then we address. No, let us correct the message as we go. Yes.
Thank you. Evans amesema hivi, all Kenyans paid for all those good roads constructed in Mount Kenya and Rift Valley during the Kibaki Uhuru Ruto regime, but now they want Westerners to pay for the roads. Yeah. Again, you said it is discriminatory.
It is discriminatory. Perhaps there is a need to ask, why isn't let us not even pick the sensitive area of the Mulima, Nairobi Mombasa highway.
Yeah.
Do you have a toll?
No.
Aren't we discriminatory? Yes.
Mukohu Waere amesema hivi, this toll will kill the businesses on the road because instead of stopping for a meal, you'll pay the road toll. This is very sad. I actually tend to agree with that statement because kuna watu wanafikanga mahali wanasimama, wananua tu kasoda, biscuit, kakuashikilia for the rest of the road journey rather. But now if the money for biscuit or money for chicken or money for chips now goes into the road toll, then
you see, Paul, that's why a policy must be there.
Yeah.
You cannot have tolling and also not have alternatives of roads which are free of toll. They must exist.
On the same
road.
Yes, they must exist. That's the whole purpose of it.
Yeah.
The alternative has to be given.
Again, we can use actually the expressway as a very good example.
This is it.
You can choose to use the expressway or just end on a jam, lakini.
I want to give a specific case.
Yes.
When you drive towards Mudaiga, go towards the drip there, coming now to Pagani area.
Yes.
Initially, we used to have a petrol station. I don't know where you remember.
Yes, and there's a bakery next to it.
On your left, as you drive towards
no.
When
you're coming up towards the road.
You use the Mudaiga drift, you drive down, and then there was a petrol station.
Yes, there was a petrol station.
Do you know that petrol station closed? The kind of speed that the Nico is driving from Githurai to Nairobi,
It's not
And
going
you
to
know
stop.
there's a sharp drift.
Depression, yeah.
The decline, and then it goes up. Yes, you can't have
The
a
petrol station closed because who would patronize that petrol station? Look at Kino. When the road was elevated upwards, do you know the shops at Kino? Some of them ceased.
Watu wapitia hapo
People
sasa anymore.
expanded and the people expanded and the road was elevated.
Elevated, yes.
Go towards Outer Ring Road. The Outer Ring Road was expanded.
Yes.
There are shops that were owned by a city. So city was removed from the first lane. So the second lane and the third lane became the first lane.
Right.
What happened to the business people who on the first lane?
They had to close shop.
Don't you think, like we are saying, the toll police, don't you think we are affecting the businesses?
You know, Joyce, the example you're giving is perfect. As somebody who grew up in Nakuru, namely myself, and was studying in Nairobi during my secondary school days, that new road that we speak of didn't exist. We all had to go through Naivasha.
Yes.
Do you know that when that new road was put up, Naivasha almost shut down?
Yes.
If it wasn't for these flower farms that came later, Naivasha was dead.
Was dead.
It would have been now.
No, it was dead. Believe me.
Tungekuwa tunasemanga kulikuwa na.
Yes, because it's not. It is not on the face of. It's not across the road. These towns that are out of the highway will literally close. Go. I think it's Masiba on your way to Mombasa. There's a town that was the old Mombasa road that was touching on the center of passing through the town. When the new road was done and it left the town.
Yes, a little on the side.
I think Masiba.
Yes.
It collapsed.
It ceased to exist more or less. The name exists, but the town
is gone.
Just like that, it became a ghost town.
So we need to have a policy in place, so that we factor in the business lives and also the social lives. Allow me to give an example. After Maguo area, when you drive through Kamadora, you go to Maguo where you have the swamp up there. On the left side towards Nakuru, we have a place called Bibirioni area. And there are two public schools across on the left side of the road.
Yeah.
Where do they get the kids from? Both sides of the road. So you need kids from the right side to go to the left side. Do we have a social plan on it? No. Allow me to say this, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be optimistic. Nairobi Thika Highway, for every 500 meters, there is an overpass. Today, from Safaricom around James Geshoro Road, we are going to bet on say 5,000. Tell me the number of overpasses. Tell me.
Now this is Waiyaki Way.
Waiyaki Way.
Well, even look at the example of Mombasa Road.
It's open.
Yes.
Why do we have high debts between Safaricom and Rironi? Because passengers have nowhere to cross. This is a foreign Nairobi to Rironi is foreign. Where do residents from Uthiru, where the overpasses at Uthiru, drive all the way to Rironi? Where do they pass? The crisscross between the fast moving cars.
They do.
Every single day, Paul. Every single day.
And there's a very huge barrier in the middle of the road.
This is it. Every single day. We must report like 5 deaths every single day. Even after this discussion, we are going to take Kenha to court on criminal charges. They are the ones who are killing Kenyans. You have not provided for overpasses. You expect Joyce to pick a kid from social effect, a kid from the right side of the road towards a primary school that is already existing on the left side of the road. Where do we use? What methods are we going to use for us to cross over? So even on this road, apparently, even on the social impact of this road, have not been taken care of.
When you look at the University of Nairobi, given where it is, and given where the halls are, they're not on the same side of the road.
No, they are not on the same side.
When it was planned for, there is a tunnel that exists. Not it existed, it exists. So we knew if you want to go for classes, whatever you want to do, it later became infested by thugs and hooligans and other antisocial elements. But I'm simply saying, you cannot put up such a structure and not give those who are pedestrians an alternative. Believe me, if you live along that road, it is a nightmare as you watch people crossing the road and you're wondering, where are these people going? And you know what? They have to cross this expressway also at some junction.
This is it. I pray between Nakuru and Nairobi highway. There's one other pass at Gitaro area. The other pass is a place we call Zabezi.
It's far.
That's far.
They're far. Those two distances are far.
About like 3 kilometers away.
Yes, it's far.
So, City, we are saying that the lives of Kenyans are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because we are not putting several factors in place. These are the same motorists that you need to collect taxes from. And yet you are busy killing them. So in terms of preparation of these roads, the designing of even the old James Geshoro Highway is bad.
Evans Onyango, before nimsahau, Evans Angano, he's saying, brilliant. Let them increase fuel levy from 25 shillings to 100 shillings so that all Kenyans pay. Okay, because not all Kenyans are driving.
Yes.
However, there is a modality, which I do not know of yet, but there is a modality whereby we can include, so that we can also ease the burden on, of course, the motorists, because as it is, we are still complaining that fuel is still quite expensive. But yes, I agree. There's an amount of money, even as a driver, I do not mind paying. If I were to use matatus or a taxi, there is an amount of money, as long as I am certain that, number one, like we said here earlier on, we are collecting it for a certain period of time.
This is it.
We give it, is it a month or 2 months or 3 years? But tujue inachukuliwa kwa wakati fulani, and then when we are done, we revert back to our normal.
Even if it's not even 40 shillings. If the incremental sum is about like 200 shillings per any motorist or any Kenyan, for a period of 6 months, tutaripa na hiyo story tumalize.
You see, take.
I've not even said 40 shillings. I've said 600 or 500.
Let's. If you talk about tolling, it may sound a little crazy. So let's give it a new term. Let's call it a financial model.
Yes.
Okay. Or a financial mechanism. Borrowing is a way of getting financing.
Oh yes.
Tolling is a way of getting financing. Now let me repeat what I've said before. We already have the system. We are ahead of very many countries.
Yes.
Because Kenyans like traveling, we like traveling. We do. Okay? So long as we have even trains that use diesel and it's not electric, okay? They also use fuel. We really use fuel. Now, this fuel that we use it as the portal for this financial mechanism. That's it. We're already doing it. It's not something that we need to reinvent. We are already doing it. So when you talk about an infrastructure fund, actually, it's a question of saying this particular levy, or if you want to call it now a structural funding levy, we will know that is the money that goes here. It is still a tax. It is easier to collect than structuring it through KRA, because everything still goes to KRA, and you're telling us we introduce this new tax, and somebody starts thinking, this money I'm paid, first of all, is not enough.
Yes.
Now they want to take it again. When you put it in fuel, the way Kenyans love their cars and driving, they'll complain a bit, but they'll still fuel. They'll just travel less, but they'll still fuel. I am saying the policies that will guide this, and the same policies that will guide the building of highways, where you say, in this country, if you're going to build a highway called Mombasa road highway, whatever you want to call it, the number of footbridges that you need for passengers, given the number of people who live on both sides of the road, will be this. So we know, if it is a highway that passes through a rural area, you must also cater for the individuals who live there, because people live there.
Yes.
How do they cross the roads that they've crossed for the longest time? You see, this is something we discuss as though it only affects us. There's this discussion about a hotel that has been built, Carlton.
Yes.
In the Mara.
You know, it's about traffic.
This is it.
Wildebeest, animal,
The buffaloes.
traffic.
Yes.
The EPZ and what we have in Rolongo here, it interfered with that traffic. Policies that guide these important things are important. Tourism is important as an income earner for the country. A road is important because it opens up businesses, it opens up all manner of things. Infrastructure is now the foundation on which you build the sort of futuristic country that the president is talking about.
Yeah.
When you have a policy that is way ahead of other nations, this fuel levy, believe me, it beats any tolling idea you may have.
This is it.
It captures everybody. You cannot escape it. You think you'll escape it by buying bread. That person who sells you bread or transports it is going to pass that cost to that bread because they have to use some fuel. You will never, it doesn't matter who you are, you'll never escape it.
It's true. I agree. And I was actually there's some things that just were going through my mind as far as what we can actually tax to ensure that every Kenyan has a fair share in the construction of this road or even roads, so that we do not have to toll them.
Yes.
We can tax plastic bags, the ones that we do shopping with.
Yes.
I mean, what is an extra 5 shilling for that particular shopping bag? We can tax electronics, the number of phones. You know, Kenyans buy phones every few months.
This is it.
I don't know if you know this.
No, I don't know because the phone I have.
Yes. Kenyans buy phones after every few months. Like every year when a new model of the iPhone ikitokezea wananunua, and all these other brands. So that is also another revenue source.
We can be specific, like you're saying. We can be strategic on how to raise
the
revenue.
Funds, yes. Airtime. We call all the time, and we don't have to do it if the government were to say in the next 2 months tunaongeza tu kashilingi.
Tufanye hivi.
You don't start with the kuongeza. You start, this is what we want to do. And we put the public participation.
To use this amount of money.
Iko sawa.
Yes.
The money we need ni hii. Okay? And this is what we want to do with it. So as you're discussing the project and the money, once the public say hiyo ni sawa,
done.
Something else that you're not looking into is the legal implication of this project. City. Google Sri Lanka and CLBC. Google it in the record, in the public domain. The Sri Lanka government sought out the Chinese to do export. It's in the public domain. I'm not making it up.
It is in the public, and we know what happened. But I'm not
making it up. Assuming that the status quo is held and tolling is done, and Kenyans being as they are, they will not use that road because the cost implication is high.
Yes,
they will start now using other Spania routes to circumvent that road. So the Chinese city will not achieve the desired corrected amount per day, per month, per year for 30 years. What will happen? What is the legal implication of not meeting the desired targets? What's the legal implication?
The legal implication is embedded in the contractual understanding that you have with that entity you're doing business with.
This is it.
And that sort of funding comes under international project financing.
Yes.
Now, we have had projects of that nature, and what you are right about takes me back to a situation that we were in somewhere along the line this year when there was a big discussion on us defaulting on our loans.
This is it.
Okay? The understanding of the loans as per what we refer to as our laws, you cannot take loans unless it is for development. Not really. You can't. If you're talking about day-to-day running around, then you go to the central bank and there's a certain amount, there's a threshold you can borrow, and it's for a certain period of time. We understand it. If the total sum of monies we are told we have borrowed, and this is a question that lingers and it's a subject of debate, had actually been utilized for what we said they'd be utilized, the repayment of these monies would not have been a problem.
Nah.
But it is a problem. It is a problem. We keep talking about these debts, odious debts, because we have a problem. Debts were incurred and somehow they didn't quite the the money didn't quite do what we were told it was going to do.
This is it.
The thing about defaulting on loans, you don't really want. I remember once interviewing a Ghanaian member of parliament, and when he explained what happened when they defaulted, it is one of the most painful things. I'll give you an example. He said the currency is called a CD. One, it was devalued. People who had pensions that they understood was a certain amount suddenly had the value reduced by more than half. Oh yes. People had savings and deposits in the banks. Precisely. Now, the kicker. Those who knew that they were supposed to receive dividends from companies or from pension, it was postponed. You were told you would be paid after not a month, a year or so. What do you do? Now that was as a result of the defaulting.
Yes.
Now we're talking about default, that's why I brought it in. You have a loan which you are supposed to pay these people who developed your port. You have defaulted on the payment.
What will happen?
Your contract, if you were not careful, man, they'll end up running that port.
The row of Rien.
Yes.
So
it'll come in.
They will come. So if we are rating, if they do not meet the targets of what they want to correct per day, so in essence they will extend from that year to 100 years.
And essentially you've committed your citizens to that period of time.
This is it.
And we can actually avoid that. Kuna mtu hapa anajiita oh yeah, here we go. Kosio amesema hivi, this road issue is good but we need to work on it in a smart way so that all Kenyans can foot the cost because it's basic for all of us. Yes, Kosio, I agree. You know, there's something we keep on talking here and it's like we have forgotten it today. Just this week, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday there, about the Star newspaper reported that Kenya is currently now losing 3 billion on a daily basis, up from what President Uhuru had told us, 2 billion a day. And I still think at 3 billion a bit, maybe kuna other amounts we do not know of. But if we look at 3 billion and we have said we need about 206 billion just to construct this road and not toll Kenyans.
And we know that the amount is not going to be spent in one day.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we just tuache kuiba pesa for about 60 days. Let's put it at 70 days. So let's not steal for 70 days. We collect 210 billion and we are done.
We don't need a China. We don't need a Chinese.
We don't need to fuel levy anyone. We don't need to tax anyone's phone or coffee or tea. And we are good to go.
The AG, the Attorney General, I think last week, said that we could not account for 300 billion from e-citizen. She said it's in her report that we cannot account for 300 billion.
The Auditor General.
Yes. So we are looking for 200 billion to repay in 30 years. And we cannot account for 300. So
lost within 1 year.
So if we can't account for 300, can we account for 300 so that from the 300 we take 200? Then tubakisha na hii bob. Kwa hii 200 basi tujenge barabara. We do not need to give the Chinese.
You know what you're saying is true, because what the Auditor General, I look at that report. We had actually borrowed money.
Yes.
It was 1.5 trillion in total. 1.2 we can account for.
Yes.
300 and you have to Jui. But it seems to be a trend that we have. There was a dam that was supposed to be built. I've always found this fascinating. And we're told it was $2 billion. A fascinating thing.
Which dam?
Yes. Now, the fascination begins now when we actually get the loan, and then we have this bank account we call consolidated fund, where this money is supposed to go to. Hey, then the saga begins.
Yeah.
You know that if you look at the pictures that were sent, I've never been there. What I found fascinating again was that land looks like it is the way God created it. Even one even one lorry of cocoa I didn't see. You know they would take a picture. Somebody who has delivered maybe bags of cement,
or even an excavation.
Yes, something of the work.
So it's still virgin land.
Yes.
1 billion US we could account for. The other billion as we speak. So it's unfortunate it's very, very unfortunate that a people as hardworking as Kenyans are gifted the sort of leadership we have. Well, no, so let me correct myself.
We gift ourselves.
Thank you so much.
We gift ourselves 150%.
Yes.
All this money
Round it up to 200.
Yes, that we make possible for people who are in a position to take this way and that way. We are trying to make it possible.
This is it.
Why don't we use the same ability to hold these leaders to account?
True.
Why?
I look at, again, going back to this whole wastage corruption where we are losing 3 billion a day. If our leaders can just be diligent.
Forget about it, bwana. Forget about it.
Wasiibe tu for 6 months.
Pana.
We would have enough money for the Mouse
It's like asking kindergarten children not to scream.
Like you're not selective. You are forgetting what you've told us some seconds away that 3 billion inapotea kila siku. So ukianza kusema hivyo umesahau. If 3 billion can get lost in a single day. You know, there are some constitutional bodies that are sleeping on their jobs. And in essence here it's the ripple effect that we need to start advertising for some jobs. Where is EACC? Where is the ODPP?
Right.
Where is the DCI who wished us a Jamhuri Day today?
They complain about underfunding. You do realize there's, like, for example, NCIC this year walisema hawajaona pesa. And of course EACC,
the money they've received
is not enough,
is recurrent to pay salaries and so forth.
Yes.
And then we have ASCC who say they do not have enough
prosecution.
Let me say they do not have enough biting force. And then there are there are complaints after complaints as to why they are not as effective as they should be.
I think somebody wants us to buy a narrative that EACC hawana meno. Ni kesi zipi ambazo EACC imepelekea ODPP na ODPP imekataa kuprosecute? Ni kesi zipi?
Okay.
Don't you think we have
kuna zingine ODPP anasema because who did we have a conversation with? I think it was NCIC, for example. They said there's some cases where they are told there is no sufficient evidence. So
or even deliberate. Allow us to divert a bit kidogo tu.
Okay.
Please,
the case of Wepukulu. No, Weluke. He was convicted of how much? 258.
Yeah.
He was put to jail for how many years? 60 plus years.
That man was going to die in jail.
That man was the member of parliament. Let's not say the man because he's a current member of parliament.
Yes, he is a sitting MP.
Then what happened? He sought appeal against he sought appeal. It is deliberate. The appeal went through. He was exonerated. The ODPP, the AG was asked to appeal against that ruling. Akakata. So Weruke is out here in the story of 250 million from KBC. Gone and dusted.
But just what I find strange, even before his appeal went through, that man was still enjoying the privileges of being a member of parliament.
Yes.
And if you are looking at our chapter 6,
yes, leadership and integrity.
That man shouldn't have been anywhere near that parliament.
No.
So when he was convicted, full stop.
This is it. The conviction stood.
Yes.
Irrespective of who you are, the conviction stood. So you start from there.
Yeah.
So when some of these institutions say that we do not have a good budget,
why don't we look at institutions that are actually given money and have the same complaint? By the way, mirror image, then of colored photocopy, county governments.
Yes.
Oh, this money is not enough. Okay, but they do get money, don't they?
They do.
Do they give a good account of the money they receive?
No.
Yes, so you're talking about more, and what you have,
you cannot account.
Do you know how much money each of those counties have received since the promulgation of this constitution? Would you say that there is evidence of that money having been used? Yes,
on the ground.
there is no such evidence that you can speak of. There's some changes, definitely. The changes are not in the lives of the citizenry. The changes are in the lives of those who are in authority, because people have become fatter, people drive bigger cars, they've built bigger houses, which are not commensurate whatsoever with whatever it is they earn. So,
it is not about the sufficiency, it's not about funding. It's about accountability, transparency in chapter 6.
I've realized, first of all, shout out to Monica Onyango. Amesema tunacheswa. I agree.
Thank you.
We have said it very clearly here.
Thank you.
There's Sonnet who's saying, I do concur. Nairobi to Kisumu is prohibitively expensive. If driving and if driving and time consuming, this road solely needs to be expanded. Then there's someone, there's from the comments here, perhaps some people joined in late, the conversation that we're having here a bit later. You are not against the dueling.
I want to be categorical that we are for dueling. What we are against is tolling.
The toll is where the
tolling,
problem is.
yes, tolling.
So, wakitaka kuexpand hata wakitaka kuweka barabara 10 ni sawa.
President 2 weeks back amesema anataka kudual 2,500 kilometers. Afanye 10,000 kilometers. We are for dueling. Why? Because we pay our taxes.
Okay. The issue here is tolling.
Yes.
Aya. DK anasema Kenya's fuel levies are first paid into the consolidated fund. Once there, the money is fungible and can be and routinely is appropriated to any treasury vote, including the confidential vote. Fuel levy is more than adequate instead of other alternatives. Yes, indeed, Sonette. But you know, I was also suggesting, because we don't want also to burden the drivers only, and yet we will all benefit from this road anyway. I guess hizo zingine ziko repetitive and probably saying the same thing, but the whole issue here is, do you feel for me, the question I need to ask you at this particular juncture is, do you feel like this petition is going to bear any fruits?
It is going to bear good fruits, because in essence we are discussing about facts, and not we are not ghosting, we are not against our good government. We are only asking the government to keep aside the tolling. EPRA is there. The figures from EPRA is there. The figures from KRA is there. Even your receipt, the ETL said that you fuel your vehicle is there, showing that you pay for taxes.
Yes.
So if you pay for taxes, then Kenyans don't agree to double taxation. That on one hand, you are paying taxes from EPRA. I mean, you are paying taxes on fuel consumed. On the other hand, you want to pay taxes through tolling. That would be robbery.
Is there any political goodwill as far as this petition is concerned? Any support from the political class?
I've not seen any. And now, like I said before, this is historical. The journey started 16 years ago. So we could not have had consistency in terms of politics for 16 years. The goodwill is from the motorists themselves. We have a petition signed of 750,000. And I'm sure if we opened that petition today, a lot of people would sign in. So the goodwill is from the motorists and not from this political circle. If you listen to what one of the political leader said yesterday, he said, mashini zenye zilikuwa Rironi Mau Summit, president akizidua hiyo barabara zilikuwa, lakini alipotoka zilitoka. So in essence, if there was political goodwill, then that statement should not have been mentioned.
Yes.
The persons who are complaining are the motorists, you and me, who are fueling. But those people who are jumping using the airplanes, I mean the helicopters, are not feeling the pinch. Those people who will be using the public transport, the matatus, are the ones who will feel the pinch. And they are the millions in this country. The cost of, the ripple effect of the cost implication of the tolls to the transporters of goods. Lorries and trucks will not now have business. People will resort to SGL. Trucks will be kept aside, because if the cost of moving one container using the road is 10 shillings, if the cost of using SGL is 5, why should I pay 10? It is not about patriotism. It's about commercial. It's about the economic effect. I'll use the SGR. If the people who feel that if I use Moroline to drive from Nairobi to Nakuru, I'll be paying 800 shillings, again it's 500. Watatafuta Probox, or even those the private vehicles that pray Nairobi Kisumu.
Yeah.
They circumvent the road. So even for the circles that are using this road, you're going to experience loss of business. For the business people who have businesses along the Kikope area, when people start cutting corners, you lose your business. Business will close. So there is a ripple effect of the tolling, and this is what we want to address.
And there's also danger if this succeeds. Who knows? They might decide now to toll the one to my village in Kitui.
You know, the thing is, if you're looking for a funding model, we already have one. Okay? We don't need to create a new one. We have it. We did away with the tolling, and someone came up with this brilliant idea of the fuel levy. We have seen it work. Why do we need something else that we are yet to test? Okay? This model works. We know what the fuel levy has done. It's documented.
Yes.
That fuel levy is helping build a stadium, as we see, because it is what is being used to securitize the money.
This is it.
We do not need something absolutely spanking new to do this. We are already doing it. We have already seen how it is done. If it is more money that is needed, public participation is important.
This is it.
These fellows, who sometimes I wonder about the citizenry in the National Assembly, if these fellows can take the time, instead of looking for schemes to milk the government coffers of more money, if they could find time to go and talk to their people about this, so that people understand why fuel is going to cost more, and we understand the benefits that will accrue from it, the infrastructure funding will be available.
This is it.
We do not need to actually go to somebody else to look for that money. We already have it. And this nonsense of appealing to those who, I led that charge of appealing to these thieving fellows whom we elect to stop stealing and their ilk in government. That my pleas to the DCI, jail these fellows. Okay, I know.
And throw the way.
Yeah, I know people should go to court and all these things, but speed that up a little bit, because what is killing us is not the lack of policy or bad policies.
Yeah,
it is these little things that are manifested in corruption, the impunity that everybody who's in some form of authority has. We can manage these affairs of ours by ourselves. We are a truly exceptionally hardworking people. We are.
Paul, if they want to increase, if they want to do the tolls, let them remove the levies, so that we do not have both the tolls and the levy.
And the levies, yeah.
Let them also do a SWOT analysis on the levies.
Yeah.
Let them tell us these were the weaknesses that we realized for a span of 94 to 2025. These are what we experienced. These are the threats. These are the opportunities. So the opportunities is on tolling, you know. Let us walk that discussion. Bring it even to our local languages. When City goes to Kisumu, let that discussion be held in his mother tongue. When you come to Kinagopo, where I come from, when you go to Paul's village in Kitui, let that discussion be a national discussion. Tutoe hii, tuweke hii. Shida ya hii ilikuwa ni hivi, shida ya hii ni hivi. Uzuri wa hii ni hivi. When we have agreed on that, we'll adapt it.
Yeah.
But let not people sit in boardrooms and think for us.
There's Wangira here on X who is saying that the construction of the dualing of the road basically will translate to dismantling completely the existing road. So the idea that you introduced to us in the previous hour, the BOT, the build, operate, and then transfer, will be valid because watabomoa yoyote.
It won't be. It won't be. The expressway was built. It didn't exist before it was built.
Walisimamisha pillars wakawekelea barabara hapo juu.
That's the building. The SGR didn't exist before it was put up.
Yes.
Walinunua
shamba.
The bypasses didn't exist before they were built.
Rad was bought.
Okay, so There's no ifs and buts.
For Wangira, the argument I'm understanding from Wangira is that it will be the dismantling means it is now new.
I am actually supporting her perspective by giving her 2 examples she can look at, and she can see the slight difference that exists. That road is being used even now.
Even now, as we discuss this.
So it exists.
Yeah.
It is already there.
So if they dismantle it, it doesn't mean that it is now new.
No.
They're dismantling something that exists.
Okay.
Paul.
Yes.
That the if it's a 50 meter, it's already in the public. It's a public asset.
Yes.
It is not new. So you're not bringing something new. You're already coming on top of a 50 meter road. So in essence, this is not building. This is not building.
Yes.
Building is pure English. Kujega upya.
It did not exist.
It does not. It
you
is
have
zero.
created it.
It is zero. That road, Rironi Mausamet Road,
Is there.
Equal. And somebody who is brave enough should now take a free walk, drive towards Rironi, starting from Kamadura area, drive all the Mausamet. Your barabara iko. When you get to Joro interchange, that road is good. That interchange on your way to Joro and across to Mausamet, very well done. Something else that I would have forgotten, and it's good to bring to your attention. The dooring that we are discussing here starts from after Rironi. That's where we have the Sigurine.
Yes.
After Rironi, we have the duo.
It's dual.
Ukifika hapo kwa Mbera Kamadura area, we have the Sigurine. Driving all the way to Pipeline in Nakuru. We do not have duo. So we are in essence discussing between Kwabera area up to Pipeline. From Pipeline in Nakuru, residents of Nakuru will tell you, we have a dual road. The only poor section is when you're entering Nakuru. That's more roundabout because it's not manned by traffic. Rights. We do not have overpasses for vehicles coming from Joro and Moro area, Kisumu area. But from there up to Mausamet, that road is dual. From Rironi up to Nakuru, that road is Sigurine. Let us not forget about those facts. Watu wasiseme from Atiba, watu wa kutoka Western, nani anawaguza? It's about Rironi to Nakuru pipeline. Hiyo ni barabara moja. The rest is dual. City, let us said today City, and City come back next week and tell us with the evidence what we've seen.
We'll fuel your car.
We'll fuel your car, City.
Uende utupatie report on Monday.
You will fuel my car. You believe my car consumes the same amount of fuel as your car, Paul?
Okay, you will go with my car.
For a fact-finding mission.
So I do agree with you, Joyce. Tolls or fuel levy, but not both.
Precisely.
But
that
usually you cannot have both.
No, you can't have both.
Look, the fuel levy is a toll, if you want to look at it that way.
It's a toll, it's a charge.
It replaced what we had, the building, the structure and all that. And remember, even when there's a place called Nyali Bridge.
Yes.
Before there was a toll.
Yes.
You pass the bridge, you want to go towards Nyali, Kisauni, what have you paid. The problem with that is there's the human element in it. Somebody who actually collects money on your behalf. There's always going to be a problem.
Yes.
This is Kenya. Even if you put a system, you'll find there are days that system is not working. Okay? This fuel thing, me, I love it. Haki, who is the helper?
Because unalipia ukinunua.
Kwa mita unalipia kwa mita.
You can do what you like, you will pay that money in one way.
This is it.
Yeah.
Fuel apparently from the petrol stations is the easiest way to manage and correct from EPRA. Anything else you can circumvent.
The moment fuel is increased or the cost of it is increased in this country, the cost of everything
goes up.
And literally everything
changes.
What you eat, what you don't eat, where you go, what you drink, all of it changes. So surely, when you already know that there's this lovely bastion that you can milk from, why do you want to create something new?
Naona before tusahau kuna hii ya Nairobi Mombasa
yes.
a distance of 485k. So they are saying for cars, small cars, it's 13 shillings per kilometer.
Yes.
And then for trucks and buses it is 17 shillings per kilometer. Also, this one, I hope you are
It
petitioning.
is contentious.
Okay.
Yes. Why? Ask me why.
Why?
The private user. The three of us going to Mombasa.
Yeah.
What's the wear and tear of our
Vehicles.
He loves the big car. Let's take City's vehicle. It's not a Gastra. The wear and tear of City's vehicle, Nairobi, Mombasa. Vis-a-vis the wear and tear of 22 ton. It's charging 13.
Yeah.
And for the turner, for the heavy commercial,
17.
Who is being oppressed there? Who is being oppressed? Don't you think we as the private users, 13 and 17, 4 shillings, yet the wear and tear against
the road
is heavy.
The heavy
The distance covered.
cause that damage, not us.
Actually,
Who's covering more damage?
Gari ndogo hazikozingi damage
This is
yoyote.
it. Even if you are to hit a cab today, uzito wako wa kugoga cab vis-a-vis
lorry.
a truck.
Yeah.
Don't you think even this stabilization, who arrived at 8 shillings per kilometer, what classes of vehicles are you risking? Don't you think this discussion needs to go on for a...
But this is why public participation was put in the constitution. It was understood. See, for people to understand, you tell them, and then they tell you what they think.
This is it.
And then you have a back and forth until you arrive at some
agree.
understanding. You say, okay, we have an understanding.
Nikuchekeshe. If they do not toll and allow us to fuel, will actually contribute far much more.
This is it.
Over as the same period of time as opposed to actually tolling.
This is it.
Lady and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Joyce Wamahio. She's a petitioner in the Rironi Mau Summit Highway. We wish you all the best for our sake. For our sake. We are praying for you, and we wish you all the best as far as this petition is concerned. And unamkimaliza na pia msale mnaendelea, njoo tuendelee kuongea.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Kindly for us on our Facebook page. This is the Motorists Association of Kenya. So that you can contribute. Let this discussion be live. Let us talk to each other. Let us talk with each other, so that we can better our country.
Okay.
We need to expand on the number of kilometers that's being dualed. We are paying our taxes fee-free. So we need services to be reciprocated to us as motorists. So that this petition, we are not against the dualling, it's about the tolling. And if the government feels what we are correcting is fuel levies, let it come on board.
Okay.
We are willing to discuss and even increase, but let it be periodical and not a continuous exercise. Thank you.
We shall be meeting here bright and early on Monday for the People's Breakfast. The conversations will definitely continue. However, right now we are going to leave in the safe hands of Rania Abdi and Lady Mathai on the retro box. They have good stuff, by the way, and also some goodies. Nimeona vitu hapa kwa studio, sijui kama ni zenyu ama ni zao, but the only way you can find out is keeping it tuned. Happy Jamhuri Day.
Radio generation, the sound is fine. Pump it up, turn it high all the time. Let the music move you, let's sway. Radio G's got your jam all day.
Radio Generation, the home of urban soul. This is the Radio Generation News.
Good morning, I'm Soki Brenda. President William Ruto is expected to preside over the 62nd Jamhuri Day celebrations at Nyayo National Stadium, where thousands of Kenyans have streamed in amid tight security. The occasion marks 62 years of Kenya's independence, featuring official ceremonies, cultural performances, and patriotic celebrations across the venue. The Teacher Service Commission (TSC) has confirmed that teachers across the country are ready for next year's grade 10 intake as preparations for the transition into senior school under the competency-based education CBE curriculum ramp up in all 47 counties. Stakeholders have urged the government to strengthen specialist teacher training and increase the number of